Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Deku had haunted Quirk. If you guys enjoy this movie, comment down below, and let me know before I start. Please do support for more awesome content and leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also share this video with your friends and check out the description in my playlist. The author of the story _Imagination from 𝐽3. So let's start the video. Hello, my name's 𝐬𝐻𝐬 𝐸, and this is my story on how I became the most known hero in the world. 9 years ago, I woke up. It was one of I suppose. It has been only a month since I was pronounced quirkless, but I still didn't believe it. Not ever since I felt something new. Something that makes me feel powerful. I walked to my mother's room and woke her up. Why 𝐬𝐻𝐬 Mom, may we please go on a walk? 𝐬𝐻𝐬 𝐍𝐶 honey. It's very late. Why 𝐬𝐻𝐬 please Mom? I just feel that it will help me. 𝐬𝐻𝐬 fine. *yawns*, just let me get changed quickly. About 5 minutes later, we were out. The wind was pulling my hair and the moon shone even more brightly than before. It's time. I turned around. I thought I heard something, but I must be wrong. We walked for 10 minutes before we arrived back home. Why 𝐬𝐻𝐬 thank you Mom, I said smiling. 𝐬𝐻𝐬 no problem. I will go to bed now, alright? I nod. Then we both go to our rooms. I could finally go back to sleep. 8 a.m. It was still Monday. I got horrid headaches, and I overheard many people shouting outside. My mother then walked in with me covering my ears with my hands. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, are you alright? 𝐬𝐻𝐬, Mom. My head really hurts. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, if you want, you can stay home. I smiled and nodded. That was the first day I got my quirk. Ghost interaction. 9 years later. I always knew I wasn't quirkless. But others still think I am. I told my mother a couple times when I was young that I got my quirk, but she thought I was sick. I quit telling others after. It felt pointless. Who would believe a useless Deku anyway? If you're wondering what ghost interaction is, you can see and communicate with ghosts. This includes them using their quirks on you. If you both want to hold hands/body contact, you both need to agree on it, basically accept it in your mind. But they can only test their quirks on me if I want to haha. But the negative part comes from the fact people will call me weird for apologizing for stepping on a ghost or just talking to myself. That's how it looks on the outside. In my eyes, it's like they are real people. Or living people. As a child, I knew I shouldn't ever tell anyone, unless I want to go to 𝐽𝐬. It's just full of confusion and weirdness. This really does seem like an innocent tale of me, 𝐬𝐻𝐬 𝐸 living my life with this quirk. But oh boy, you're wrong. Let's start it here then. My only friends are the ghosts. Akira, Akamu, Kiyoshi, Sudoku and Haru. Sudoku is away on holiday right now. His quirk is velocity speed. It basically allows him to slow or speed things up around him. But there is a radius limit to his quirk. Kiyoshi has a graphene quirk. It allows him to make a thin layer of graphene 4 times a day out of his body ons per 1 limb. Haru has a great quirk. She can make any plant out of her body, which is helpful when you want to trap someone. She does have a limit though. Akira has a self-healing and demagnetizing quirk, though they both only work on herself. She can still heal others, but in a much rather slow process. Akamu is quirkless. They are my friends. My only friends. BTW reader, I will place their quirks sometimes in notes for you to not forget. They all died in different ways. I still don't know how Akamu or Kiyoshi died, but I only know that Kiyoshi was sick. That's all I know for now. I live with Akamu, Akira and Kiyoshi. They always wake up earlier to go spy on random people, but come back before I have to leave to go to school to walk with me. I always have this dream. It's always so fuzzy. Why Bakugo, let's cross this road. Why 𝐬𝐻𝐬, isn't it dangerous though 𝐀𝐦? Why Bakugo, what's up? Are you scared? Why 𝐬𝐻𝐬, and no. Heroes aren't scared. We started to cross the road. Then a car hit me. Not really hit me. It hit Akira. I held her hand somehow. Maybe when my life flashed before my eyes, I thought of her. Then I always wake up. I know this is real. I know I forgot this. Why did I forget this? Well, I had that nightmare again. Then, when I woke up, I saw Akira's face right in front of me. Akira 𝐬𝐻𝐬 𝐸𝐬 blah blah blah. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, it's too early for this Akira today. Haru is coming with you to school. Get ready now. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, give me 5 more minutes 𝐸𝐻𝐬. Akira, Akamu, did you hear that? I'm now his mother. Akamu, he needs a new mother. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, shush. Akamu, you will be late. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, I don't care. 𝐬𝐧𝐍𝐶, I beg you, 𝐍𝐴𝐬 fine. Just leave the room. Let me get changed. I stood up and got my school uniform ready on my bed. I waited for those women to leave so I could properly get dressed. 𝐬𝐬 undone. They both entered. 𝐬𝐬, where's Yoshi anyway? Kiyoshi's nickname is Yoshi. Akamu went to spy on his demonic sister. 𝐬𝐬, why is she demonic again? Akira, she tried to kill him then got him sick. 𝐬𝐬, ooh. It's too early for me to think, sorry. Akamu, it's too early for you to get a brain. 𝐬𝐬, hey. Akira laughs. Her laugh makes me feel warm in my heart. I am not in love in her. 𝐬𝐬, whelp. Is Yoshi coming back to visit me in hell? School. Akira, depends. He told us he's still trying to communicate with her. Akamu, can we leave this house? 𝐬𝐬, oh ye, let's go. Akira, whilst we wait for Haru. 𝐬𝐬, which will take a million years. Yeah, Akira, can we go to the cafe you love to go to? Pleasey? 𝐬𝐬, that's a strange request, but sure. Akira, aye. Akamu, may we leave the house? 𝐬𝐬, damn, sure. We left the house and walked to the cafe, which was very close to the school. 𝐬𝐬, what day is it? Akamu, the 21st of January. 𝐬𝐬, wait. Akira, yeah. 𝐬𝐬, isn't this the anniversary of your death? Akira turned around, which means that she's upset. 𝐬𝐬, Akira. You can cry, you can talk about it. You can leave and go somewhere. It's fine. Akira turned to face me with teary eyes. Akira, sorry. 𝐬𝐬, don't apologize. We arrived at the cafe. It was honestly quiet the rest of the journey. I opened the door to the cafe and a waitress met me. Waitress, hello sir. What would you like? 𝐬𝐬, do you maybe have a spare table? Waitress, yeah. But is it fine if you take a 3-person table? It's the only one that's left now. 𝐬𝐬, that would be great. We walked to a table, which seemed to be the only one without anyone. I sat down. 𝐬𝐬, may I order now? Waitress, of course. 𝐬𝐬, may I have a medium cream coffee with almond milk? The waitress wrote something down in her notebook, which was obviously my order, and smiled at me. Then she left, heading to the kitchen. Akira, how lucky are we? A 3-person table left. 𝐬𝐬, too lucky. It wasn't long before the same nice lady came back with my coffee. 𝐬𝐬, thank you. Waitress, no problem. Call me when you need me. We both exchanged smiles before she left again. I pulled out a notebook. Akira, is that your 21st notebook? 𝐬𝐬, whispering, 22nd. Akamu, what will you write down here? 𝐬𝐬, whispering, just some hero notes. I wrote down some private hero information that I overheard whilst walking home alone yesterday. The ghosts also usually tell me something new. Hawk's wings aren't only used as a shield, but also as a hearing device. Akira, whoa, who told you that? 𝐬𝐬, whispering, when you guys went with Yoshi on the weekend. I was walking around the town at midnight, and the heroes were talking amongst themselves. Akamu, that's weird. They should act more professional. I took a sip from the coffee. 𝐬𝐬, whispering, yum. Less almond milk, more sugar than usual. It tastes better. Akira, how do you know with just one sip? I smile. I have sensitive taste buds, but I don't want to make them upset that they don't have any taste anymore. I took another sip, then another, until there was nothing left. I stood up and took out 5,000 yen as a tip to the nice lady. I left the shop and then saw the waitress happy about the tip. I never had a lot of money, but seeing others happy makes me happy. I walked to school and to the library. I still have 10 minutes until class starts. Akira, can we read the book I begged for months? Akamu, Akira, that book sounds boring and unrealistic. 𝐬𝐬, actually, I want to read the book too. Quirk myths, I love that name. I went over to the myth section and scanned through most books until I found it. Akamu looked stressed for some odd reason, but I just shrugged it off. Akamu, I will go check if Haru comes. Akira, all right. Akamu left, and then there was silence. Nobody was in the library except me, ghosts and more ghosts. They were loud. But who cares? I am used to it. Page 1, the files of this case are missing. It's almost like someone tried to erase it, causing us to think it's legendary. Especially the first chapter. But it's up to you on what you believe. Page 2, Chapter 1, Story 1. Chiyo and Kira. I don't know why, but these names seem to familiar. 𝐬𝐬. 2 people with a quirk in the early stages of quirks being born. This story takes place 2 years after a foe stole many quirks. 2 people fell in love. One had a gift, one had a curse. They both fell in love, knowing that their love won't be able to last forever. Chiyo had 2 quirks. Was the first one in history to do so. He aged longer, and had 𝗬𝗲𝗏 manipulation causing him to control any building around him. On the other hand, Kira had a curse. Her quirk was ghost. It is when only family or the person you're obsessed over can see you. Otherwise, you're just a ghost. Kira loved 𝐀𝐦, and once 𝐀𝐦 saw her, they both immediately got together. They planned a wedding, but the new quirk laws already stated that they need to investigate their kids' quirk's possibilities and rejected their marriage, knowing it would make many people too powerful. They still got married, but then were hunted down by the government. 𝐀𝐦 got arrested, and now is in a prison after over 200 years because of his quirk, and Kira was invisible, causing them not to find her. But 𝐀𝐦 did once say that they did have kids and the government is on a lookout. 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬 what? Akira, I think I read enough. This is just wrong. 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬, a happy couple that actually loved each other, had to break up because of quirks. Akira, should we just leave this book here and go with 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻 outside and wait for Haru? 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬, sure. We walked outside to see 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻 still waiting and walked up to her. 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻, I see her. She's walking rather slow. Me and Akira looked up to see Haru walking really slowly to us. Akira, hurry up, you snail. Haru then looked up and started running to us. 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻, she's annoying. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻 and Haru don't like each other. They hate each other. Haru 𝐀𝐦. Sorry, didn't notice you there. 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻, you only started walking when you saw me. Before Haru actually arrived here, she tripped. Akira, oh god, 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬, of course. 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻 deserved. Haru, ouch. Well, 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻, you deserve to fall off a cliff. 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻, oh really? Who's the one on the ground right now? Akira went to help Haru up. I couldn't because students started coming in, and it would look weird. Haru, I think I grazed my knee. Oh right, I don't know if I told you this, but ghosts can get hurt and feel pain. Akira, let me try to heal it. Akira can heal others, but I would take 10x slower than self-healing. Akira placed her hands on the Haru's grazed knee, and within seconds, her hands started to slow purple. It took Akira 1 minute, 28 seconds to heal Haru. Haru, wow, that seemed quicker. 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬, whispering, exactly 14 seconds quicker. The bell rang. We went into class. Kakin was staring at me. And so were his hideous minions. I tried to avoid looking at him and sat down. Teacher 1, before I start, I just want to say that 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬 Midoriya is asked to go to the principal's office. Great. Just what I needed. Teacher, and also Katsuki Bakugo is requested in the nurse's office. She needs to have a little chat with you, but don't worry. It won't go onto the record, so you can go to UA without any worries. Me and Kakin stood up and left the door. We didn't dare to look at each other. We didn't dare to speak to each other. We both walked separate ways, which was great. Nobody in my class said a word. Nobody in my class cared. I walked 21 steps in 12 seconds before I saw another familiar face. Kiyoshi. Akira Yoshi. Kiyoshi Katrina. Akira, I still don't know where you got Katrina from. 𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻, nice to have you here. Haru, we are going to the principal's office. Want to come with us? Kiyoshi, sure. I wanted to hang out with y'all anyway. I was silently walking to the principal's. It took us another 83 steps, 1 minute and 3 seconds to get to the door. I knocked slightly and I heard a voice. Come in, it said. I opened the door slowly to see 5 people in suits. 1 was my principal. 2 looked like those people on TV who do quirk checks. 2 looked like hero principals. What? Principal, hello Midoriya. Honestly, this wasn't planned to invite you here. But after reading your application to hero schools, I decided to check your report card, which said you're quirkless. But over here, on the paper you wrote your applications on, you said you had a quirk called Ghost Interaction. 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬, I indeed have a quirk, but nobody believes me. Principal, may you explain what Ghost Interaction is perhaps? We just want to update your profile. 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬, of course. To simply it, I can see ghosts, hear them, and use their quirks. Which does use a lot of effort. I saw the quirk checkers write stuff down in their notebooks. Checker 1, may we ask you to show us 3 examples? We are asking for 3 because the maximum number of quirks you can have is 2. So to verify your quirk's existence, may you please show us? What? Alright then. But how should I show them? 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬, but I am not allowed to use quirks. Checker 2, smart boy. About that, plead full in this form. It will allow you to use your quirk for 5-10 minutes. I quickly scanned through the form to see if there was anything suspicious, then I signed it. 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬, to use this quirk, I have to communicate with them, may I? It's a weird question. Checker 1, go on. I saw everyone's eyes on me. 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬, Yoshi, may you pick me up? 𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐬 𝐈𝐬. They can't hear him. Kiyoshi picked me up and people in this room still weren't believing me. Izuku Haru, may you do your flower blossoming on me. Haru nodded and came to me. She held my hand, and then after 5 seconds, a flower grew out of my arm. Haru's quirk, I picked it out of my skin with no mark from it, and showed it to the people. For my third presentation, I thought for a bit. Izuku Yoshi, may you give me some protection? Kiyoshi nodded. He formed granite from his arm, and stood in front of me holding my arm. Izuku, may someone throw something at me? I saw the confused look on those people's faces and wanted to laugh. But luckily I didn't. Then, Principal Nezu, the principal of UA, took something out of his pocket. I think it was a sharpener. He threw it. You could hear the sharper hitting something which in their eyes looked like an invisible force. Nezu, fascinating. Damn. Izuku, is that all you would like me to show you? The quirk workers nodded. After a couple of seconds, they left, and so did one principal of a hero school. She looked happy. Whatever. Only Nezu and my principal were left in the room. Principal, I really thought you were a quirkless Izuku. Izuku, I understand why. Nobody really believed me, yet. Nezu, ahem. May I ask you something? Midoriya. Izuku, of course, sir. You as principal wants to ask me something. Nezu, as I saw in your report, you would like to go to UA. And your reasoning really made me interested. So I came here to meet you personally. I thought about it for some time, and now I'm wondering if you would like to go to UA as recommended. Recommend? What does he mean by that? Izuku, may I ask what you mean by that? Nezu, oh yes, of course. Apologies for not explaining. Being a recommended means that you are automatically placed into class 1, meaning that you won't have to do the entrance exam. That's a bummer. Me and my friends wanted to try it. Izuku, but why me? Nezu, your quirk and your personality. I see that you are a very smart person, Izuku. I can already see the potential in you. Nezu handed me a piece of paper. Nezu, here is the UA's number. Tell the reception your name and your choice. If you're lucky, I might pick up the phone. The school bell rang. Izuku, thank you, sir. Principal Izuku, you may go to class now. I left and my friends started laughing. Haru Amdi Izuku ba. Izuku, what's so funny? Akira, the principal, kept on making confused faces, and it was just so funny. It was break time. I wanted to walk to the library, but something or someone grabbed me to an empty classroom. Bakugo, why were you in the principal's office for a while? Whole lesson, Izuku, why should I tell you? Bakugo, did the principal finally decide to kick out a quirkless freak? 6 seconds apart. 5 breaths used. Between me and Kaken. He then pushed me hard and I hit the wall. I almost hit the window. 53 breaths, 10 seconds. My head was racing. 52 breaths, 15 seconds. I could have died. Izuku, why? Kaken looked at me confused. He was trying to hide it by giving me his hideous smirk. Izuku, why? I asked that again. Why? I then slid on the floor whilst holding my stomach with my hand. He hit me hard. Bakugo, you're a quirkless freak. That's why. He understood me. Izuku, don't lie to yourself. Why? He looked at me with sharp eyes, trying not to soften them. He just got scared and ran away, looking confident but feeling confused and afraid. I am good with seeing through people. I heard an alarm. Speaker, everyone please evacuate and line up in your classes in front of the main doors. I stood up and left the classroom feeling pain. But I don't care. I never cared. Akira, Izuku, just let me see. Izuku, it's fine. I need to know how pain feels like. Aki. I looked at Akira and smiled. Akamu, Izuku. We are worried. You shouldn't get used to that feeling. Izuku, but we want to become heroes, right? We lined up outside. 30 minutes later, the principal came. Principal, everyone. There were some toxins detected inside of the science lab. Please go home, and we will email you when it will be safe to come back to school. Weird. That was so sudden. Everyone started to walk out the gates. I did too, but Akira and Haru didn't. They are ghosts anyway. They can't get hurt. But why was it so sudden? Did a class make an experiment whilst I was in the principal's office? No. Why am I overthinking this? Whatever. Akira ran to me. Akira, Izuku, yeah. Akira, I stayed to hear what the principal had to say. And she said that it was actually caused by a quirk. A fire quirk. Kiyoshi, how can a fire quirk be toxic? Akira, it was in a science lab, and it happened right after Bakugo left you alone. I think he accidentally set it off. Izuku, maybe because I made him mad. Ha! Akamu, that is a possibility. Akira and Haru went to the ghost base. Izuku, that's good for her. Kiyoshi, well, we're lonely for a bit then. Akamu, should we go home or? Izuku, yeah, let's just go home. I was just chilling in my room after working my part-time job. Izuku, Yoshi, when's Sudoku coming back? Kiyoshi, this weekend I think. Akira, didn't he say the next Monday? Akamu, I think he said that he's coming next Tuesday. I heard a door open. Akira went to check what it was. Akira, Izuku, we have a problem. Izuku, huh? Akira, your mum is here, early, 5 years ago. 𝐀𝐦, you're so useless. Izuku, I know. My own mother then slapped my face. I almost lost balance. 𝐀𝐦, you're a monster. Don't you understand? Izuku, I am sorry for breaking a plate. 𝐀𝐦, don't talk to me. She slapped me again. I started to cry. I turned around to see Akira crying. Akamu was just standing there looking like she lost all her emotion. Izuku, I never wished to be quirkless. Mom, I'm just 9. 𝐀𝐦, don't you dare call me Mom. Call me 𝐀𝐦. You know my name. Izuku, I wish I was dead. I walked to my room, but before I entered through my door, 𝐀𝐦 grabbed me. I turned around to see a really angry look on her face. 𝐀𝐦, every time I walk into this house, every second I'm here, I don't want to see you at all. Or hear one word out of your mouth. Understood? I started bawling my eyes, but I nodded. Slowly. That was the first time ever I had a panic attack. It was just after a minute that I entered my room that it happened. I could not hear Akira, Akamu, or even my own thoughts. Izuku, I'm sorry. I say through my tears. I couldn't even hear myself. Now, Izuku whispered, I'm going to leave through the window. I had to leave my room before 𝐀𝐦 entered and shouted at me. She always checks my room for some reason. I quickly escaped through my window and just sat there, on the rooftop for a bit. I just went up the ladder to the roof. It's easy as my apartment is located on the top floor anyway. Akira and Akamu stayed down there, whilst Kiyoshi came to sit with me. Kiyoshi, you're still thinking about that time Izuku, the time when she saw me in my room. Of course. How could I forget? Even words can't describe what had happened. Maybe I will tell you later. All you can know now is that I stayed in the hospital for some time. We both chatted like nothing was happening until Akamu came up. Akamu, she's gone. We went down the ladder to my room and saw it being dirty once again. Izuku, why does she ruin my room every day? Should I even bother cleaning up now? Akira, it's better to keep it clean for now. Well, all she did here today was go through your stuff and read through your diary. She got you when you turned 7. Luckily, you don't write in it. Izuku, yeah. I stared at the noise-canceling headphones that I begged my mum for when I got my Quirk. It was just so loud. But when she finally agreed, I already got used to the noise. I laid down in bed, trying to stop drowning myself with thoughts. 43 seconds. Took me 43 seconds to calm down my thoughts. I checked my old phone for any news about the school. 1 email. School news, dear students. We are very sorry about the sudden change, but the school had to be closed down because someone exploded an experiment which spread the toxins all around the school. Luckily, nobody was harmed due to everyone's wonderful awareness, even though there was a fight in the corridors. Other than that, though, everyone did a wonderful job overall. You should get back to school next week. Thank you. Principal, damn. I honestly would rather get bullied by Lakin than stay in hell my home. I stared at nothingness, ignoring Akira shouting at me. I then began to focus on listening again. Akamu, there's no point. He's suffering right now, Akira. He's tired. Izuku, sorry guys for acting weird recently. I could feel all of their eyes on me. Izuku, I'm just upset. I need to stay here for a whole week. I stared at my phone. Izuku, maybe I should do something to get my mind off this. I might call Nezu. Izuku, do you guys still want to do the UA entrance exam? Kiyoshi, we trained for it. Akira tried to get the top scores. Akamu, sigh. Bring Haru here. Kiyoshi, someone wants to be friends with someone. Akamu, shut up. Get that annoying orange head over here. And so Akira went to get Haru. Not Izuku talking what? I have died. It worked. Finally. I don't have to follow their expectations. I hate my Quirk. Radom ghost, yeah. And the living talk to me. The living? What does that mean? Who are those people? I'm a ghost? I thought you would go up or down depending how you acted in your life. Izuku's pav, it's been half an hour, and I hear 2 people talking. They are here. Haru, Izu. You want to call the principal, I see? Akira told me what you wanted to ask me, so I think that we should do it as we practiced so hard for it. Kiyoshi, I agree with Haru. Izuku. All right then. I will call him to ask. I took my phone out and typed in the number that he gave me. Slowly. Then it started to ring. I got startled as I hadn't called anyone in years. In 5 seconds I hear a familiar voice. Nezu, hello. Welcome to US reception. How may I help you? Izuku, hey, it's Izuku Midoriya. This is regarding the recommendation. Nezu, oh yes, hello. Have you decided yet? Izuku, yes. I would sadly like to reject the offer, as I would really like to do the UA entrance exam. Nezu, aha. I see. If you would like, I could change some things around, meaning you're still recommended, but you may take the exam to check your skill. Would you like that? Izuku, yes. Yes, I would love that. Thank you, sir. Nezu, haha. No problem, Midoriya. I hope to see you in the entrance exam soon. Have a nice day. Izuku, same to you. Call ended. Izuku, he accepted. We already have a place in the top class, but we can do the entrance exam. Haru, woohoo. Akira, time to celebrate. Kiyoshi, we all deserved this. A week later. I finished learning English and started to practice the accent the whole week. I love the English language. It was time to go to school. Nothing new in the morning schedule. Class was normal. Break was normal. Lunch was normal. Bullying was normal. Teachers are normal. Life was normal. My friends are normal. Nothing wasn't normal. Nothing happened every day. Except for this day. The 31st of January. It was another ordinary day for me. I was walking home after my notebook was thrown in the school fountain. I was told to take a swan dive off a rooftop. I walked through a tunnel until I felt something grow from behind me. I tried to run, but it was too late. It grabbed me. It tried to swallow me. I felt weak. I felt weak. I had my eyes open, and I saw that it was a slimy villain. My eyes were shutting until I realized that something was wrong. Why were so many ghosts coming towards him? Was he mind controlling them? Sludge villain, this quirk. It's so powerful. I can control the undead. I tried to stay awake, but my eyes were shutting by themselves. I saw weird things. Random quirks being used. Then I saw someone come. I didn't get to see who he was before I finally fell asleep. I woke up again. I saw panic in people's eyes. I saw destruction. What was going on? I wasn't so tired anymore. Haru, Izuku, wake up right now. I knew what to do. I had to fight to escape. The heroes aren't strong enough. I started to move about so I can figure a way out of this. I started to think of my hero notebooks. Then the villain notebooks. Sludge villain. I didn't write a lot about him, but I know that he will be easy to beat if I just focus. I moved my hands close to each other. I started kicking him. I started punching him. I don't know what I was even doing, but it seemed to slow him down. All Might, the kid, is making him weaker. Everyone attack now. I saw many heroes. I finally got to go out. I finally could breathe normally. 𝐀𝐦 Wood's child, are you all right? Izuku, yes sir. MT lady, what in the world was your quirk? Izuku, it's hard to explain. 𝐀𝐦 Wood's chill. If the young man doesn't want to say it, he doesn't need to. MT lady, I was just wondering. Heroes fighting next to me, ha. All Might, young man. Thank you for helping us beat the villain. Even though my quirk caused all of the fuss. Yeah, no problemo, All Might, ha. Why the hell am I even thinking this? Whatever. I went home and my mother wasn't there yet. That's great. I turned on the TV and saw myself on the news. Or you couldn't really recognize my face. I didn't recognize it, and it was my face. Wow. Me and my ghost friends were just chatting. Haru, how did it feel? Izuku, it felt like being trapped in slime. It was hard to move through. Kiyoshi, nice. Akamu, when you blacked out. Akira started chasing and screaming your name, haha. Akira, shut up. You panicked too. Izuku, what exactly happened? Haru, Harris started arriving, and nobody could beat the slime monster. Kiyoshi, we were all so worried, Izuku. Izuku, I need to be aware of my surroundings. Akira, hey, Izu. Don't think too much about it. Izuku, I will go to sleep. Day of the UA exam. 2 footsteps. 5 footsteps. Someone entered my house. It wasn't my mom or my friends. I stood up and opened my room door. Sudoku, Izuku. Izuku, Sudo. Kiyoshi, Sudoku. Akira, huh? Of Sudo. Sudoku's quirk equals sign speed velocity. Can controls objects and people's speed. Izuku, you're late. Sudoku, I hope I'm not too late for the UA exams. Akira Izuku goes to sleep. We will explain it to him. By the way, it's today. So perfect timing. I went to my room and shut my door. Then I went to sleep. Today was my special day. Or our special day. 10 m. I was getting ready to leave. Haru came over and Sudoku stayed the night. I was in the practical room. I had a sheet of paper with 2 questions which weren't too hard. The only hard thing was the distractions. Haru add a full stop. Akira no. A comma. Akamu give him some space. Sudoku semicolon. I was used to the noise, so it didn't distract me a lot. The test was then done. Now was time for the real thing. We arrived at the big gates. We were told what we would do, and then were told to go to our introduced areas. The time started. Everyone ran in, but I stayed for a moment then walked in. Izuku okay. Plan A, Sudoku grabs me. Haru holds onto me. Kiyoshi grabs onto Sudoku. Akira walks to the middle of the arena. Ready? Go. The plan was a success. In the first 5 minutes, we beat 36 bots. 5 more minutes left. Our strategy was fantastic. Haru's plant quirk allowed us to stabilize the villain before we all ran into it with Kiyoshi's graphene. We did that multiple times. 2 minutes left. Around 74 bots were taken. But they added a 0-pointer into the game. He was bigger than I thought he would be. I wanted to ignore him until I saw a girl stuck in there. Izuku y'all? Haru sure Izuku. We can beat that big fat bot. Sudoku yeah. Haru yeah. Sudoku yeah. Kiyoshi, and we have to put ourselves through this once again. We ran to the bot. This time, it took Haru way longer to grow enough roots to stabilize this thing. 1 minute left. She finally did it. I went to quickly save the girl and run away using Sudoku's quirk. Izuku, are you alright? Ochako, yeah, thank you for saving me, sir. Izuku, my name is Izuku Midoriya. Ochako Yoraraka. 5 seconds left. The bot fell to the ground and made a wave of dirt coming quickly this way. I shielded the girl in case her injury would become worse. Nezu, thank you everyone. Please leave though the gate. That was rather too quick. Earlier, I had a written exam, which went pretty well because I did have a little ghosty birdie helping me, but otherwise, I feel pretty confident. Probably because I am guaranteed a spot no matter what. I went home secretly. It was 𝐀𝐦 day off. I snuck into my house through my window, and then just laid down. Izuku, well done guys. You all were so great. Haru, you're the one who gave us a plan. Akira, yeah, don't thank us Zuzu. Time of the results. I heard 𝐀𝐦 screaming my full name. My real full name. I opened my door and saw an angry look on her face. 𝐀𝐦, did you apply to UA? Izuku, yeah, got a problem with that? For 5 damn years all you did to me was scare me, and be nothing but a side character in my life. 𝐀𝐦, I give you food. A roof under your head. Izuku, I work part-time jobs. I don't eat your stupid food because it's probably more rotten than you are. 𝐀𝐦, don't speak to your mother like that. Izuku, last time I checked, you asked me not to call you that anymore. 𝐀𝐦, just hand me that stupid letter. 𝐀𝐦, why should I? Izuku, if you don't, I will just take it from you. 𝐀𝐦, what will a quirkless freak do to me? That hurt. Izuku, 𝐀𝐦, you never allowed me to explain this to you. I do have a quirk. She looked confused. 𝐀𝐦, the doctors said you were quirkless. You are quirkless. Izuku, then how will you explain that UA letter? 𝐀𝐦, it's a rejection letter. Izuku, let me see it then. 𝐀𝐦, show me your quirk first, or I will send you to a psychiatrist hospital. Izuku, fine. Haru knew what to do. We had it planned out. If not her, then Kiyoshi. Haru held my hand, and suddenly a rose grew on my hand. I picked it up, then looked at 𝐀𝐦 smiling. 𝐀𝐦, what? How? Izuku, you see, I am not as quirkless as you think. She didn't move, so I decided then to take the UA letter, and then walk to my room. She was too stunned to speak. I sat on my chair, then placed the envelope on my desk. I then opened it slowly, which activated the projector. Nezu, hello Izuku Midoriya. You already know that you will be joining class 1A, but there is something else to say. I honestly didn't think you would be this good. Your scores are outstanding. I saw a tally board with my name. At the top, scores, villain, rescue, Izuku, 76, 60 points. = 136 Bakugo, 77, 0 points. = 77 Kirishima, 39, 35 points. = 74 Ochako, 28, 45 points. = 73 Ibara, 36, 32 points equals sign 68 𝐴𝐻𝐸. 25. 40 points equals sign 65 𝐸𝐸. 52. 9 points equals sign 61 𝗬𝗬𝗪. 49. 10 equals sign 59 𝗵𝐸𝐾𝐦. 47 minus 10 equals 57 𝐸. 136. Please appreciate this. It took me 15 mins to find and do this. But also Izuku isn't true. In the manga, he only got 60 points. Nezu broke the record. Congratulations. Izuku ha. I'm higher than Kaken himself. Haruhi did it. All thanks to Izuku's great leadership skills. Izuku, but really, I couldn't do it without you guys. Akira, aw. How cute. I couldn't really ever hug all of them at the same time. But I could just hug them through smiling. It's nothing much, but that's how we do it. I walked to school 2 days later. Alone. They told me they will be back later, and that they need to do ghost things. But I know that they are trying to sneak into a ghost concert. It's funny honestly saying it. I walked through the school gates, knowing life won't make things better here. In a month or we will leave this place. Lesson 1 Speaker. May Izuku Midoriya and Katsuki Bakugo report to the principal office. I swallowed. I was scared. Did the jerks make a lie about me again? But why Kaken too? I opened the door. Kaken was behind me. Then I saw someone running towards me. It looked like a child. They ran past me screaming with someone that looked like their sister. They looked no more than 7. I almost got emotional. But what could I do? I decided to just think straight and forget it. I can't cry next to him. We both arrived at the office and Sudoku was there too. I gave him a confused look. Sudoku-ik. I went to check on you because the meeting was very boring. Then I heard your name whilst looking for your class. Me and Kaken both sat down and the principal looked happy. Principal, you two are the only people going to UA. Nezu told me you rejected the recommendation offer Izuku. Kaken looked at me confused. Maybe because of 2 reasons. I passed the exam, and because I got recommended. Bakugo, what? How did this quirkless loser go to the best school in Japan? Principal, he's not quirkless. Bakugo, how so? I looked at the principal with a look which said, don't tell him, please. She nodded at me. Principal, never mind then. But I just wanted to congratulate you. Because you two were the first people in 5 years, I decided to use the school fund to provide you with the full uniform. Izuku, thank you so much, miss. Bakugo, whatever. We both left to go back to class. Halfway there, Kaken threw me towards the wall. Bakugo, you're quirkless. Izuku, what? Bakugo, you're flipping quirkless. How come you were recommended? I should have been on that list. Not a useless Deku. I smiled at Kaken. He looked creeped out. Izuku, you don't know a lot about me, Kaken. Maybe I am quirkless. Or I'm not. You might soon find out. He looked mad and just walked to class. I went home with Sudoku and saw the others at home too. Izuku, how was the concert? Haru, Sudoku, you told him. I mean, what concert? Izuku, I'm not dumb, guys. Also, I don't care where you go. You're not my prisoners. Or are you? Ha. Akumu, the concert was boring. I was very tired. I decided to go to sleep earlier. I ate dinner, then brushed my teeth. I went to sleep. Then I had a dream. Not like any other though. White walls, white floors, white ceiling, white everything. Izuku, hello. No response. Izuku, hello. All I heard was echoes. When it finally stopped, a voice answered. Hello. Izuku, hello. No response. Izuku, hello. All I heard was echoes. When it finally stopped, a voice answered. Hello. Izuku, what do you want from me? Select a memory. Izuku, what? Or should I choose one for you? Izuku, what do you mean? What memory would you like to relive? What? At least they answered. Their voice sounded thick. Almost fake. Was it a ghost? Maybe. Izuku, I don't know. Then I will pick one for you. Within seconds, hundreds of things which looked like TV screens started appearing in front of me. Each one has a different thing or scenario. I stared at them blankly until it stopped. One screen remained. It was me and Kaken. Izuku, what are you doing? What the hell is this? Do you want to find out? I just stared at the frozen image in silence. I will just play it then. The frozen TV screen started playing something from my point of view. Why Izuku, Kaken? Wait up. Why Bakugo, you won't ever catch up to me, Deku. The 2 kids stopped running and just stood there. Why Izuku, we will be great heroes after we get our quirks. Why Bakugo, yeah, you will make a great partner. We will both be #1 heroes. Or you will be #2. Why Izuku whatever quirks we get? Nothing will change between us, right? Why 𝗵𝘃𝐸 yeah. The TV screen froze again. See you after your first day in UA. Then I woke up. I heard some footsteps. It was Akira? Akira, shut up. You're so loud. Izuku-iki. What did I do now? Akira, you gasped so loud the whole of Japan could have heard you. Shut up and go to sleep. Izuku, all right, chill. If I am honest, I always wanted to feel how it was, being on the bad side, fighting side to side with villains. But it's not possible. Not anymore. I remember 𝐀𝐦 once telling me, even a villain wouldn't want you. You're just so useless and worthless. You should just lock yourself in a bathroom and never go out. Can't you see it? Not even your own mother, Oregon father wanted you. Haha. That made me stand on the rooftop the whole night. But I decided that I couldn't do this to Haru, Sudoku or Kiyoshi. They always wanted to use their quirks on the other side. If I died, they wouldn't even experience it. First day of UA. I opened the massive doors to see the whole class there already. Akira, first day. Aren't you happy? Kiyoshi, I told you guys that we need a mind reader. A girl who looked familiar came up to me. Ochako, hello. We met in the entrance exam. Thank you for saving me again. Izuku, no problem. I was happy that I could help you. We both exchanged a smile, and I decided to sit on my assigned chair. Maybe I should be the quiet kid for now. Never mind. A blue-haired nerd came up to me. I am guessing that now I will be known in the class. Ida, hello. My name is Ida. I saw you in the entrance exam, and I was fascinated by your choices. Izuku, thank you, Ida. My name is Izuku. Ida, nice to meet you, Izuku. I better set the class down and make them behave. Nice meeting you. He's even weirder than Sudoku and Kiyoshi combined, and they are hella crazy. Welp, it's the end of anti-socializing, I guess. I decided to get my notebook out, to try to communicate with my friends. But whilst I took out the pen, I heard a noise. Someone screamed. I faced that commotion and saw a man in a yellow sleeping bag, somehow standing. Aizawa, this isn't a social activity to talk with your friends. If you think so, get out. That's our teacher. God. He looks like an old man who only drinks coffee for a living. I decided to look back at my desk and think about all the possible things that can happen today. I decided to make some sketches of Haru and Akira. Haru was giving Aki a rose. Then the man finally spoke. Aizawa, all right. Welcome first years to UA. This is not a kid's school anymore, so you better grow up. Well, let's start your hero experience by an activity. Get into your sport uniform, then meet me outside on the school field to begin your first activity. Time is limited. Haru, time is limited. Your sleeping time is limited. Akira and Kiyoshi laughed. It was time to get changed. I quickly changed. But I did notice 𝐀𝐦 giving me the I don't know you anymore looks. I don't care though. I don't care anymore. I don't want to care anymore. Outside, me, the girl I saved, the teacher's pet, and 𝐀𝐦 were there first. 𝗵𝘃𝐸, tell me how you did it. Izuku, huh? 𝗵𝘃𝐸, did you use your quirkless, ugly fighting style to get last place? Did you convince the principal to let you in? Ochako, didn't he get first place? 𝗵𝘃𝐸, first place? Izuku, oh god. 𝗵𝘃𝐸, you quirkless freak. How did you get more than me? Ochako, quirkless. He clearly has a quirk though. 𝗵𝘃𝐸, shut up extra. Sudoku went and came back quickly. With a book about food. Ghosts can touch books. Like duplicating them, Sudoku. Who wants a book about, popcorn? 𝗵𝘃𝐸, you cheated, didn't you, Deku? Izuku. They check for cheats if you have such a high score. Plenty of times. 𝗵𝘃𝐸. But yo, Aizawa, stop talking. Everyone is here. 𝗵𝘃𝐸 kissed his teeth. Aizawa. Well, I bet you all did fitness tests in high school without using your quirks, right? Many nod. Aizawa. Schools still work on your skills, which include not using your quirk. Firstly, Izuku. You finished at the top of the practical exam, right? Everyone looked at Izuku. Izuku nods. Aizawa. In junior high, what was your best result for the softball throw? Izuku. Only 64 meters, sir. Aizawa. Then try doing it with your quirk. Izuku went to stand in the middle of a circle. Aizawa. You can do whatever you want as long as you stay in the circle. Izuku whispered. Who can throw the best? Sudoku. I can, remember. I use any item's velocity and can increase it and decrease it. Izuku. Great. Aizawa. Hurry up. Give it all you got. Sudoku was touching Izuku's arm, waiting for the ball to be lifted in the air. He had 0.2 seconds to react. Izuku then put his right hand back, which was holding the ball, and did it as lightly as he could. Then Sudoku reacted in perfect time to change its flying velocity, changing the speed basically. Everyone watched amazed as the ball was flying in the air, especially 𝗵𝘃𝐸, who looked furious. Izuku, thanks Sudo. He whispered Aizawa, you need to know your limits. He showed everyone the tablet. 905. 3M whole class. What? Mina. What is this? This looks fun. Zero. We are finally allowed to use our quirks. Aizawa. This looks fun. You still have 3 more years of schooling. Let's make this fun then. The person in last place out of the 8 tests will be expelled. Minta. Why? Ida. That's not fair. Aizawa. Nothing's fair as a hero. Welcome to hero course, Ochako. But this is only our first day. Aizawa. So what? No villain will just stop attacking because it is your first day. Give it all you got. Aizawa. The real thing starts now. Test 1. 50-meter dash. Round 1 winner. Lita 3. So 4 seconds round 2 winner. Tail Man 5. 49 seconds round 3 winner. Mina 5. 15 round 4. 𝗵𝘃𝐸. Why do I have to go with this nerd? Izuku smiled at 𝗵𝘃𝐸. Izuku, do your best. Ready, set, go. 𝗵𝘃𝐸 was going as fast as he could with his explosions. 𝗵𝘃𝐸. Explosive speed. 𝗵𝘃𝐸. 4. 13 seconds. 𝗵𝘃𝐸 turned around to see Izuku just waiting there. Izuku 3. 51 seconds. 𝗵𝘃𝐸. Cheater. Izuku. How could I find a way to cheat? 𝗵𝘃𝐸 was about to slap Izuku, but then stopped. Haru. Weak. Akamu. You want Izuku to get hurt? Haru. Where did you come from? Akamu. Haru. I would never want Izuku to get hurt, you weirdo. Test 2 grip strength. Izuku got 142 kilograms. Only because Kiyoshi and Sudoku were practicing with him. And maybe helped him a bit. Test 3 standing long jump. It looked like Izuku was flying when someone carried him, so Kiyoshi was holding Deku, whilst he just sat there relaxed. Izuku whispering, thank you, Yoshi. Kiyoshi. No problem, dude. I am glad I can help. Test 4 repeated side steps. Sudoku again helped Izuku. With the speed generated, he had 2nd place on that. Test 5 ball throw. Again. Ochako got infinity, and everyone was confused and shocked at the same time. Infinity? Aizawa. Izuku, would you like to try again? Izuku nods. Sudoku, I will try my best now. Izuku went up again, and then he threw it. This time Sudoku nearly didn't touch it, but luckily he touched it just in time. Using all his strength. 𝗵𝘃𝐸. I hope he gets worse. Ochako. You're just mad you got less than him. 𝗵𝘃𝐸. Shut up, Lita. 705. 2 is still good. 𝗵𝘃𝐸. Shut it. Sudoku. Alright, I'm ready. Izuku. Here it comes. 𝗵𝘃𝐸. I hope you failed, Deku. The ball looked faster than before. Aizawa looks at his tablet. Aizawa. 1052M. Ochako. He improved. 𝗵𝘃𝐸. What? 𝗵𝘃𝐸 was running towards Izuku and fast. He looked like he really was about to beat the crap out of him. In time, Aizawa grabbed him with his scarf and erased it. Haru. Aizawa is really a hero. The ghosts laugh and Izuku tries not to. There was a sound of strikes. I'm Yua. Izuku turned around. Tsu. What's the matter with him? Izuku turned around quickly after knowing it wasn't real people. Just angry ghosts. Aizawa. I now have a dry eye thanks to you. He let 𝗵𝘃𝐸 go, and they went into doing the next tests. Test 6. Sit-ups. Sudoku did help him again. Test 7. Seated toe touch. It was easy as Izuku did a lot of training. His ghost friends made it hard for him. Test 8. Long distance run. Guess what? Sudoku helped. Again, Aizawa. Well, I guess it's time for results. The total is simply the marks you got from each test. It's a waste of time to explain verbally, so I will show you the results at once. He showed the results. First, Izuku. Second, Momo. Third, Shoto. Fourth, 𝗵𝘃𝐸. Aizawa. By the way, I was lying. I won't expel anyone. Momo. That was obvious. Izuku. He wasn't too serious about it. Denki. How did we not notice? Aizawa. Whatever. Scram children. Walking home. Ida. Wow. That was great. What's your quirk anyway? Izuku. You don't need to know. Ochako. Hey boys, wait up. We both turned around to see the brown-haired girl. Ida, Infinity Girl, 𝐻𝐡𝐚𝐭. Call me 𝐻𝐡𝐚𝐭, Ida. Wait, why don't you want to tell us your quirk, Deku? 𝐻𝐡𝐚𝐭. Come on, Deku, Izuku, Deku. 𝐻𝐡𝐚𝐭. That's what the angry dog called you. I hope you fail, Deku. Izuku. Oh, about that. That was just a stupid insult nickname that he gave me. 𝐻𝐡𝐚𝐭. An insult? Sorry. But Deku reminds me of Deku, which means, you can do it. That's why I thought it fit you, Izuku. Then Deku it is. 𝐻𝐡𝐚𝐭 and I shared a laugh. At home, I stared at the old walls. I opened the empty fridge and closed it in disappointment, even though I knew that 𝐻𝐻𝐭 won't leave me any more leftovers. I closed my door and threw myself on my bed. I just wanted to block all the noise around me. I opened my wardrobe to see my noise-canceling headphones I begged my mum for. It was when I got my quirk. But when they finally arrived, I got used to it. The noise is like my home. I hate my home, but have to be here. I won't put them on. I just won't. I put them on one time. Just one time. And almost caused me to die. I shut my wardrobe door, and then noticed Haru behind me. Izuku, I thought you went to your camp. Haru, I was worried about you. Izuku, what? Huh. Why would you be worried? I'm fine. Haru, the word fine has many meanings, Zuzu. Haru walked to me. Izuku, Haru. Haru, you're still thinking about your 𝐬𝐬. That name. Izuku, he was a monster. We shouldn't even say his damn name, Haru, your 𝐬𝐬. He was Akamu's best friend. Izuku, shut up. You don't understand. You never do. Shoot. I wasn't meant to say it. She looks scared. Izuku, Haru. I'm sorry. It just slipped out of my mouth. Haru, it's fine. But I think today's the day we talk about it. Izuku, your 𝐬𝐬 was just a devil. Haru, Zuzu. Please. Izuku, another day. Haru. Haru, fine. But not too late. Haru left my room. I couldn't sleep that night without thinking about the devil itself. I opened the classroom door again. I was too early. I decided to just take my seat and read. Wow. I haven't read in such a while. Most probably because of my friends and other ghosts. Too noisy. But reading is good for ignoring the commotion around me. I sighed and opened my book. Minutes later, people started flooding in. Aizawa, well, today we will elect a class president. Make your votes or whatever. Then he died inside his cocoon. After half an hour talking, we got our votes casted. Most votes in selecting class president. 3 votes equal sign Izuku. 2 votes equal sign Momo. 2 votes equal sign Lita. Aizawa smacks face. Aizawa, I don't care. You 3 can be it. Mina, sir. Didn't you say you can only have 2? Aizawa, like I said. I don't care. The next day, first person today. Aizawa said that we will go to the 𝐬𝐽. I can't wait. I heard that I'm at that place. The real training will finally start. Haru, I have a bad feeling about this. Akamu, you always have bad feelings about everything. Akira, relax, Ru. It's time for real training. Akamu, I guess I will just watch again. Kiyoshi, you can still help us, you know. Akamu, yeah, on the bus. Sue, I think we all should say our quirks here. Ribbit. 𝐻𝐡𝐚𝐭, I agree. Yeah. I think that would be a perfect opportunity to do so. Momo, may I start? Sue, sure. Momo. Well, my quirk is creation. I can make anything, but I have to know everything about that one thing. 𝐻𝐡𝐭. That's so cool. My quirk is 0 gravity. Like you saw on the first day. I can make everything lose gravity, hee. Lita. My quirk is engine. I have those. Engines like motors on my calves, which allow me to be speedy. Izuku. You remind me of my dead friend. Lita. I am sorry for your loss, Izuku. No. Don't be. Well, I also kinda have a similar quirk anyway. Velocity, speed, and plant growth. Momo. 2 quirks? Only Shoto, and you have 2. Izuku. Oh, that's cool then. I technically have all too. My quirk is frog. Ribbit. Izuku. That's so cool. Bakugo. Oi. Stop chatting, will ya? Tsu. You should be the one shutting up. Your voice will make me deaf. Ribbit. Izuku looked shocked, whilst Bakugo turned to face the front again, kissing his teeth. We arrived. The 𝐬𝐽 was humongous. There was a hero there already. Her name was 13. I noticed 𝐀𝐦 staring at me a bit. I think he misses me as a friend. Ha. I walked to Aizawa, who was giving us instructions. But honestly, I focused on something else. Akira, what are you looking at? Akamu was acting weird. As if she saw a ghost. I mean as if she found out she was alive. She just stood there, confused. Aizawa Izuku Midoriya, are you paying attention? I looked at the teacher, and I suppose he knew something was wrong. I don't know why, but when Akumu is spaced out, something bad always happens in my life currently, at least. A huge portal opened up. Sensei looked professional, but I saw the fear behind his goggles. The portal sucked many of my classmates in. I honestly didn't fear because, why would I? I closed my eyes. Then I opened them again. But this time I was in the sea. The sea was cold. I thought I would die. Finally. But then I felt something wrap me. In seconds, I was flying in the air, and then landed in a wooden boat. How big was this place? I breathed sharply. 1, 2, 3 times. Sue, are you alright? Ribbit. Izuku, yeah. Thanks to you, I smiled. I slowly realized that my friends were gone. In the distance, I saw Kiyoshi. Probably running, looking for me. Izuku mumbling, I'm here, damn it. Sue, are you sure you're alright? Izuku MHM. I searched around the whole ship to find nothing. Mayuta, I'm scared. I want to get out of here. You're the president, Izuku, right? Do you even have a plan? Izuku, I think I have a plan to get out. My mind wasn't clear to me. Why did I speak? Why did I speak? Why did I speak? Sue, what's the plan? Sudoku spotted me. Izuku, I can use my quirk to change the velocity of me, so we could use that as a bit of the boost. Mayuta. I saw on our first day that the balls on your hair don't react only to you, right? Mayuta, why, yeah. Izuku, we can use that to confuse the villains and make them heavier. Asui's taunt could take us across and quicker with my quirk. Tsu, call me Tsui. Izuku, sorry. Sudoku ran and arrived. Then I quickly whispered to him the plan whilst pretending to look for a safe spot, and in seconds, the plan was into action. It was also more successful than I suspected it would be. But we did have to run away from the water in case they would catch up to us. After a while, they decided that no villains would come this far, so we all jumped back into the waters and held onto the grass to not drown. We then found him. Our teacher. He looked hurt. I mean, he was bleeding out, and the thing which I think is called the Namu was pushing him onto the ground. The gore would be stuck in my mind forever. Akira found us. With her was Akumu and Kiyoshi. They somehow met after looking for me. But where was Haru? Akira, Sudoku, Izuku. We looked everywhere. Sudoku, they decided to look for their teacher. Wait, where's Haru? Kiyoshi, she found a child. A child? Kiyoshi, she looked scared, so she went to her, and now is probably talking to her. Sudoku, that's nice of Haru. Mayuta, I don't want to watch. Izuku, I can't just watch this happen. Sue, it's better to leave them alone. Ribbit. Aizawa's face was almost full of blood. Then again pushed onto the ground. Then again. Izuku stood up from the water. So, Izuku. My teacher looked glad, but also mad that he saw me here. Aizawa, what are you doing here? Izuku, Sudoku runs to grab me in case of an emergency. Kiyoshi also gave me head protection. I honestly don't know why I did this. I felt fear run down my veins. It's almost as if my body moved on its own. Seconds later, I saw Haru running with someone else. Shigaraki, oh look. Another one who wants to die. Izuku, if I wanted to die, I wouldn't be this far, wouldn't I? Shigaraki snickers. Shigaraki, you're a brave one. Haru was by my side at that moment. She looked. Exited. Haru, Izuku, listen. Kei is here to help, alright? I nod slowly. Then a small child, not younger than 10, walked to hold on to me. I felt sorry for her. It's not about my feelings now. It's the matter between life and death now. Kei, hello Izuku sir. My heart melted. Kei, so do I hold you and just use my quirk? Haru, that's right, Kei. A sweet innocent child forced to die young, and just forced to deal with it. Sigh. Kei held tight onto me. Almost as she was scared, she would do something wrong. Almost like she was scared, she would do something weird. Something like abuse. Yes, that must be right. Whatever. I will ask her later if there will be one. Kei looked at me. I looked at her and smiled. Shigaraki, what the hell are you smiling about? Izuku, I'm smiling because you won't kill me. What the hell am I saying? I know I won't win. Kei slowly raised her hand. Shigaraki slowly walked towards me. My brain hurts. Kei, Sudoku and Kiyoshi are supporting me. So my brain feels like it's melting. Hell, that hurts. Then, he just froze. He just stood there in place. Shigaraki, what the hell? What's going on? I smiled. Izuku told you. Then the Namu started walking towards me. Haru then started running to me. Haru Izuku, God. 4 people? The Namu was stuck. But not for long. Shigaraki 2 quirks? Well, we could say that. I wanted to say. Now, a couple of people saw 3 quirks. Velocity, plants, and jail. I guess velocity and jail could go in the same category. But I don't think that she will stay for long with us. So I can just say I didn't know how I did it. Yes, I'm so smart. Is the quirk even jail? Or is it just freeze? Shut up, Izuku. My head started hurting. A lot. The side effects of using my quirk a lot. And at the same time, I could see the pain that the little girl was holding. I looked at her. I tried to somehow tell her she can let go. Kay, are you sure I can stop? I nod. Sudoku is on alert. Kiyoshi is ready. Haru is still trying to beat Namu. We are all ready. Kay dropped her hand. Her quirk deactivates. Shigaraki is now walking towards me. Sudoku grabs me and Haru. Kiyoshi looked lonely and depressed being left alone. We ran to Aizawa. The Namu stopped attacking him so I could quickly check on him. Haru still was holding on to the Namu. Suai came to me offering to help take Aizawa back. Minta was forced to join her. The Namu broke through Haru's thick vines. Shoot. It was over. I looked to face Suai and Minta. And I saw them, not so close, but not so far, facing me. With Aizawa's eyes glowing red. Does that mean he activated his quirk? Shigaraki was quite close to me. Kiyoshi ran here quicker than him though. He held on to me. I felt more dizzy. He then touched my shoulder. He looked confused why I didn't react to it. He then decided to punch me hard. I don't know what the point of that was, but honestly, I didn't feel anything serious. It did hurt. But not as much as 𝐀𝐦's explosions. God, I feel dead. Then I heard it. The last thread of hope. I am here. It was all might. M equals sign mind, then I heard it. The last thread of hope. I am here. It was all might. Shigaraki looked amused and stood back a bit. My brain was burning. I felt like I was about to die at the very spot. Too long, too much. All Might arrived next to me. His smile wasn't weaker than before. He looked confident. Him being there was a queue for me to go. And so it was for Tsuyu and the others. Sudoku Izuku. Would you like my assistance? Izuku, yes, please. Sudoku left everyone behind and took me to the front. Close to the front. He thought it would be better for me to walk from here. Without any quirk assistance. Ochako Deku. Are you all right? Izuku, yeah. I think. Ochako, because you look like you're about to eat a midoriya. You look really unwell. Sit down. I nodded, then sat down on the ground. Outside of the USG. Ochako Deku. Are you bleeding? Those questions were annoying. Even without a ghost, I still felt dizzy. Dizzier every second. Dizzier third person Ochako Deku. Deku. Guys, Deku needs help. Ada and Momo gathered around Izuku trying to heal his wounds and doing basic procedures. Momo created first aid items whilst Ida took care of them. Denki wo. 2 class reps helping another class rep. Mina, I wonder what happened. 3 ambulances came. First person Izuku, I opened my eyes, and I was greeted with lights. Bright lights. In seconds, 2 people ran into the room. Probably doctors. God. I hate hospitals. Doc 1, are you alright? How are you feeling? Izuku, tired. Their voices just irritate me. I don't know what's worse. The tests, or the fact they are talking to a half-dead body. Doc 2, did your quirk do this to you? Izuku, what? Doc 2, there were no severe bruising or potential scars which could have made you collapse, and for you to be in a coma for 2 days. Izuku, I was in a what? Doc 2, a coma. We honestly thought you wouldn't wake up till next month. But it's a miracle you're here. I turned to face Akira. She smiled. I don't honestly know how ghosts could interact with me when I'm sleeping. Once Kiyoshi told me that when 𝐀𝐦 was using his quirk on me, he accidentally used too much sweat, causing the explosions to be bigger. It made me collapse, but Kiyoshi still somehow protected me from it when I was on the floor. Maybe I was thinking about him in my sleep, or maybe it does work. Whatever. Izuku, I guess it was my quirk. Doc 1 sigh. Don't overwork yourself, kid. Remember, If you want to work up your quirk, you need to focus on what you know first, and maybe then you would be able to increase the amount of the quirk you're using slowly and train your body to be able to get used to that amount of power. Smart words from a guy I hate. Sometime later, after a series of tests, a doctor told me that it looks like you will be allowed to leave this hospital tomorrow. I am honestly glad, as I don't want to stay here one more day longer. I stared at the machines, then at Akira, then back at the machines again. Akira, I see. Izuku, yep. Thanks, Aki. Akira, don't thank me. You should thank your friends though. They were the ones helping you. I opened the door to my classroom. It was loud for a couple seconds, but then it went silent. Too silent. All eyes were on me. Scary. 1, 2, 3 steps in. I was greeted by Ida. He looked scared but glad I was here. I saw Aizawa, who was still in bandages. He seemed to try to avoid my eyes, but he just seemed too lost in his mind. I sat down. Then there it was. The announcement. Aizawa, I'm sure some of you have heard, but I'm about a week's time. You will go to a sports festival where you will be tested on many things. Kaken is glaring at me. Aizawa, well, for today's homeroom lesson, I decided that you should catch up on whatever. But there is one condition. Don't wake me up. And he's on the ground. Great. Now he looked like a banana. Momo came up to me. Momo, I'm glad you're all right, Izuku. You gave us a scare. Ida joined in. Izuku, I want to thank you both for helping me. They both smiled. They are both my friends. Now I know that. Momo, is that true though? Izuku, huh? What is? Momo, how you froze the villain. Made him unable to move? I looked at Suyu. Then I looked back at Momo. Izuku, honestly, I don't even know that happened. I didn't even know I could do that. Momo, I remember watching you on the first day of school when you were fighting with Katsuki. I saw that you didn't know what to do with your quirk and how to fully use it. That's true. Sudoku was trying something new which didn't work out, meaning I needed to firstly protect myself, then attack, then run. Izuku, yeah, I'm not that used to my quirk, honestly. After all, we weren't allowed to use it until now. Momo, wait. So can you slow people down? Sudoku, I can? Doesn't know for sure, Akira. Then why did you never do it? Kiyoshi, you can sudo. What? That's so cool. Izuku, I guess I can, but never really tried it until then. Akira, ha. Making excuses like always, Izu. Why won't you tell them your real quirk? Akumu, because he doesn't want people to use him for seeing dead people. Izuku, I'm just glad you're all right. Time to go home. Izuku, where was Haru anyway? I didn't see her the whole day. Akira, we didn't tell you. Oh, well, she is looking after Kei. Izuku, so is Kei going to live with us now? Kiyoshi, she wanted to join us. Izuku, what? Alive people look at me. Izuku, sigh. Well, isn't she a bit too young to see all this, Akira? That's what we all said. But she kept on making excuses about how she's already dead, and I guess there was no stopping her. Akumu was always quiet. Even now, where her voice, her opinion could have been told. Izuku, right. Did you guys find the mind reader? Before the Asj, I asked them to look for a ghost. A specific one. The one who can read minds. I saw an article a week ago talking about him. I needed to see him. I needed to meet him. Akumu, we know which base he is in. I don't know if I mentioned, but ghosts which don't have a home, or don't want to stay anywhere, go to bases underground. There are about 37 in Japan. It was believed that a human once saw ghosts, felt them, and decided to make a base for them to feel secure. And before he died, he made 38. It is inactive because it collapsed. The 14th one, so the 37th base is basically 38th base. It's confusing. Izuku, which one is it? Akumu, the 22nd one. He used to be in the 14th before it collapsed. Akira, whoa, lucky. Akumu, I don't think that's lucky. Seeing your home disappear. Izuku, can't you guys go through walls? Akira, yeah. But not through a thick layer of something. Did you ever wonder how we don't go through the floor? It's only because the walls that we go through are made from plaster. 1 or 2 layers of something. Izuku, oh. We arrived home. I heard some noises. Was it my mother? Is she home? I didn't want to turn the handle. I didn't want to go through everything again. But I still did. I opened it. But it wasn't her. It was Haru and Kei. Kei was laughing. I guess I couldn't recognize her laughter with the fear that I was holding. Izuku, hello guys. Kei's bright eyes shone even more when she looked at me. She smiled. Something I wasn't capable of doing without forcing. Kei, Izu. 𝐻𝐡𝐬 wow. He already has a nickname. Her smile grew wider. Something I wished I would see be common in this terrible world. Even though she's dead, she still has the smile of a living. She is just a child. She is just a child. She is just a child. Why did she have to die so young? Why? Why? I just went to my room. Smiling at Kay, I closed the door silently and went to listen to music. On my headphones, I put the volume to max, but this phone can't go further than 50% on volume. There isn't a way to block out the sounds. The ghost protests. Anything. I do have headphones which would block out sound. But I promised to never use them. My mother bought them for me when I got this quirk. I begged and begged and begged for them until she gave up and got them for me. But when she got it, I got used to the noise. So she was annoyed at me for not using them. That's one of the last things that she got from me. Now it sits on my desk every day. Cleaned every week. Thought about every month. Picked up, but never used every year. How I wish she loved me again. How I wish she knock knock. Izuku come in. Haru came in. Yes, ghosts can touch objects, but not interact with them. Unless they are touching me. Haru Zuzu. You alright? Izuku yeah, I was just thinking. Haru about what? Izuku about the mind reader. Haru right. If you want, me and Kay could look for him tomorrow. Izuku wouldn't that be too much trouble? Haru not at all. We would be more than happy to do it. I smiled as a thank you. Next day at school, it was lunchtime. I sat with Ochako, Momo, Ida, and Tsuyu at a table. Sudoku and Akira apparently saw Haru and Kay, so they ran off. I was left with Kiyoshi and Akamu, which was fine. I ate katsudon, my favorite. I was so glad they sold it here. Honestly, when I found out they made them here, I almost got emotional because my Mu and Co used to make them for me. I saw Akira at the end of the hall signaling for me to go there. Izuku, I will be right back. Ida and Momo nodded. Ochako smiled. Tsuyu looked at me. I stood up, placed my empty dishes under the drop of dirty dishes sign. Then I went over to Akira. Akira, we found him. Izuku whispering who? Akira the mind reader. His name is Hiroshi, and he's interested in the offer. Izuku whispering where is he? Akira oh. He's outside so you will get to know him in the classroom. Haru is just telling him information like I don't even know at this point. Akira laughs. Akira well, go back to your friends. See you later. I did a little wave hoping nobody noticed. I then went back to the table. Izuku hey. Did I miss anything? Ochako not really. Only Ida talking about the sports festival rules. Ada. It's important we know. We are a one after all. He did some robotic hand movements. Ada we should make a good impression. It was funny how he was saying it. Izuku noted. Class rep. Momo you are class rep too. Izuku. Ida and so are you Yaoyorozu. There was an awkward silence, but then everyone but Ida laughed. He just didn't understand haha. The bell rang. Everyone placed their dishes away whilst I started walking to my English lesson. Mike alright. So let's recap our last lesson. Fill in the sheets of paper. They should last about 10-15 minutes. I know my English. When every parent was spending quality time with their child, I decided I wanted to be smart and decided that learning English would be the best option as it was a language you learned in UA. I was also just fascinated with all those names, alphabet in English. You love to think a lot, don't you? I turned to face a new face. Haha Hiroshi, my name is Hiroshi. Nice to meet ya. Nice to meet you too. I flipped the paper and some eyes landed on me. Hiroshi was looking around. Hiroshi, a lot of people's thoughts currently are about you, you know. I know. I figured that out. I dropped my pencil. Placed my hand up in the air. Mike yes Midoriya. Izuku is there any more sheet, or? Mike oh, you finished already. Great. If you want to start on the next paper, feel free to get up and take it. I smiled. Izuku thank you. I walked to get the sheet and Hiroshi was following me. You know you don't need to follow me. Hiroshi I know. I'm just bored. How old are you anyway? I picked up the sheet and started walking back to my desk. Hiroshi 12. Just 2 years younger. Damn. That's pretty young. Hiroshi oh come on. Why does everyone say it? Because. That's the truth. You're too young to die. Hiroshi doesn't everyone say that to everyone? Even to a 73-year-old. I'm not a child anymore. Why can't everyone just get it? Sorry. I just never mind. I flipped the page. Hiroshi sighs. It's the end of the day. There's a Ghost plus Izuku meeting in my room, obviously. Haru, I don't know. I think it would be better to keep our lips sealed. Akira nods. Haru said it so quietly. Too quietly. I soon noticed that she was talking to Akira, which was focused onto Haru's eyes. Suo deeply. Kiyoshi stands up. Kiyoshi, all right. So as we know, there were 2 people who recently joined us within a period of a month. This is great, but I think we should all introduce ourselves. Everyone looked at Kiyoshi. Kiyoshi, let me start. My name is Kiyoshi, but you can call me Yoshi. I am 15 and my quirk is graphene body. I am Izuku's shield. I looked at Kiyoshi confused while others nodded. Akira then walked up to my desk where Kiyoshi was standing. They both exchanged a look whilst Yoshi sat down. Akira, my name is Akira, but you can call me Aki. I don't even know why, but that's what they call me. She looked at me in pseudo and narrowed her eyes. I grinned at her whilst Sudoku started laughing. Akira, anyways. My quirk is self-healing and demagnetizing. I can still heal people, but at a much slower pace. And demagnetizing just hurts. Pause. I am Izuku's health/regeneration. I looked at her confused, dazzled. What do they mean? Akira smiled at me while adjusting her eye patch. She sat down next to Haru. Sudoku went up. Sudoku, welp, I'm Sudoku. But you may call me Sudo. My quirk is velocity change and well, it just means I can change the speed of an object or a person. But it only works when something is about, I don't know, 5 miles close to me? Well, I'm Izuku's, speed, energy. Whatever. He sat down next to me again. Haru stood up. Haru, my name's Haru, and I don't really have a nickname. Kiyoshi Ru. Haru Yoshi. No. Ha. I called her that for a whole year to annoy her once. That was until she slapped me. It did indeed hurt. Haru, well, I'm Haru. No nicknames. And my quirk is plant growth. I can make plants from my or other bodies. I can make them large and strong, but I need a specific plant to be able to do it. Well, I also need to know everything about the plant. I am Izuku's attacker. Haru smiled, then sat down. Kei looked at Haru. Haru nodded, so she stood up. Kei, my name's Kei, and I'm new here. My quirk is trap, and if I hold my hand up, they will be unable to move. But it hurts after a while. I am Izuku's defender. Haru smiled at her. Hiroshi stood up. Kei sat down. Hiroshi, I'm prob's the newest one here. My name is Hiroshi, but my friends used to call me Hiro. Pronounced Hiro. Not Hiro. My quirk's mind reading as you. Maybe no. I'm Izuku's mind. I'm in your mind, Izuku. Everyone laughed. Everyone then stared at me. Why am I meant to get up? I still sat there. Sudoku Izuku Midoriya. Get your Haru, there's a child here. Sudoku, get yourself stood up and go there, you know what. That doesn't even make sense. Just go there. Izuku, okay. Okay, chill. I stood up. What the hell am I meant to say? Hiroshi, just say what we said or something. Shoot. Forgot you can read minds. Izuku, my name is Izuku. They call me Izu, Zuzu, Zuku, Mo, Deku, Dekaru, Deriku. Desk, don't ask, Ku, and more that I probably shouldn't say. Kiyoshi, and that's only what we call you. Ha. Half of the room laughs. Izuku, but maybe if you want to give me a nickname, just pick between Zuzu, Izu, or Deku. My quirk, as you know, is ghost interaction, which allows me to do this. If you want a more detailed explanation, go to the orange hair over there. Haru, hey. Why me? Izuku, because you're so obsessed over my quirk. I realized Akamu wasn't here. Izuku, where's Akamu? It was silent in the room. Haru, she doesn't want to be here, probably so. Akira, Haru, we know you guys hate each other, but you will help me look for her. Haru, oh. My precious time, they both left to look for her. Izuku, Kiyo, when they come back, can you remind them that tomorrow it's the sports festival? Kiyoshi nods. Izuku, all right guys, some last words from me before the meeting ends. Tomorrow we will all meet here at 6 am. To get ready for the sports festival. All right? Everyone nods. Sudoku and Hiroshi leave. People sleeping in my house now. Kiyoshi, Akira, Akamu, Kei woke up. It was 6 am. I only woke up because Haru was screaming in my ear, moaning that she came earlier just for me to sleep. I laughed silently, hoping that I haven't awakened my Moenko. Oh wait, she's already at work. She now takes early and late shifts to get away from me. Everyone was here. 8 am. I entered the sports festival stadium. I excused myself from others to go to the toilets. Nobody was there, surprisingly. But there was one ghost. Ray. I looked at Ray. I washed my hands. Wait. Ray? Ray, long time no see, 𝐬𝐻𝐬. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, Ray. Ray, I knew you would be here. I just have some news. Ray. He was my friend after I met 𝐸𝐻𝐬. He was my friend for a couple months before he had to leave to visit his hometown. His quirk was called the butterfly effect. He could activate it once a month. It allowed him to access different dimensions and look at one day fully in a different dimension. His favorite dimension to look at is the one that I inherited All Might's quirk. But he used to look at other dimensions every month. We saw if I was quirkless forever. One where 𝐀𝐦 was nice. When I was blind, deaf, a ghost, a villignate, mute, a villain, a healer, a foe being my dad, etc. There were many. Now he was here, in front of me. Ray, I reviewed this day from my 𝗵𝗲 dimension. Would you like me to, 𝐬𝐻𝐬? Sure. Ray, I. Well, first game, first place, second. I think you were fifth. Or fourth. I can't remember. But in the third game, I suspect you were fourth or fifth. They didn't really say. Remember desk? Oh, I remember now. He was the first one to start calling my desk. Great. Ray and 𝐬𝐻𝐬 at the same time. These things only happened in another dimension. Not yours, you can still change it. I laughed. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, you know Ray. You used to say it all the time. Ray, oh. Ha. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, I have to go now. I hope I see you soon. Ray, yes, same. Remember to tell 𝐸𝐻𝐬 that I was here. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, how about 𝐴𝐻𝐬? Ray. Yeah then. Her too, 𝐬𝐻𝐬 by red. Ray by desk. Ray, making nicknames used to be my life. I was sad he went. Now our friendship still seems distant, even though he's right here at this moment. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, thank you for coming back. I mutter under my breath. Ray, I heard that. Thank you for not giving up, 𝐬𝐻𝐬. To be honest, I thought you would, you know. I wanted to stay and support you, but I couldn't. I turned around and smiled. Then left through the door. I honestly wondered, how did Ray know I would go to the bathroom? Huh. What? The bell rang. It meant it was time for the first game. It was time for a race. That's what Mike had said. There were no specific rules. The lights above the race entrance started flickering. I saw 3 lights. Then 2. Then 1 glowing. Start. Sudoku has grabbed me with Kiyoshi and Haru. He didn't really grab me. He touched my shoulder, causing him to increase velocity in my body. That's what his quirk does after all. Increase or decrease velocity from a distance. But he did grab Haru and Kiyoshi onto his back. I was just left to run. For no suspicions. From afar I could hear 𝐸𝐻𝐬 shout. 𝐸𝐻𝐬, yeah, go boys. And Flower Woman. I heard Kiyoshi laugh silently. It looked like a long hall without a ceiling. But we quickly dashed through it, making us a current 4th place. Sudoku decided to not consume his energy as much. Sudoku. I remember this day clearly. It is like a memory burned into my head. My mother got some extra cash, so she wanted to do something for me, and so we went to England. As a reward, she only went there with me because I was 11. She couldn't leave me alone, and she wanted to leave the country. She didn't know what to do as nobody was left to look after me, so she had to take me. This was before she became a complete stranger to me. Even at that stage, she wasn't like a mother to me. On the trip, we visited mountains just to get a bit active. 𝐴𝐻𝐬 was with me the whole time, whilst 𝐸𝐻𝐬 didn't want to leave her deaf country. She went up to a boy sitting on a bench. He was trembling and looked scared. I would have gone up to him as well, but my 𝐸𝐻𝐬 wanted me to stay with her just to be safe. Then the boy with 𝐴𝐻𝐬 came to me. 𝐸𝐻𝐬 left to go inside the shop for a second. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, hello. Sudoku, hey. 𝐬𝐻𝐬, may I ask when you died? Sudoku, 6 minutes ago. I felt worried about him. About his plans. He knew Japanese, which I later found out was because his grandmother was Japanese and lived there. I couldn't speak much to him as it was getting quite crowded in that area. 𝐴𝐻𝐬 spoke for me. She asked him questions. If he wanted to join our little alliance, what was his quirk, how old he was. At last, he came back home with us. At home, I had time to talk to him about everything. He stayed and slept at my house for a bit. Got along well with 𝐸𝐻𝐬, but he really wanted to live in the ghost bunkers, so he left. He is the reason I'm here right now. He is the reason why I learned English. He helped me after all with his half-British self. When I looked back, I saw many people frozen. I look at Todoroki, who is using his ice powers to get through faster. That was smart. I looked up and saw the 0 pointers from the exam. You have to be kidding me. Haru, you should be glad you brought me along. Haru had a unique quirk. The best part was that she could grow them fast and big. But her friend could grow the plants bigger. Her name is Melon. I met her twice or more, but she's not a person I would get along with. Haru used her quirk from my leg. Instead of breaking the robots, she made a little gap between the robots enough to fit us. She covered it with roots so it wouldn't be easy to break. Once me and my friends got through, she closed it off. I was now in third place. Shoto was first. He used his ice quirk to freeze the 0 pointers just for a second. Either because he didn't want anyone to pass through but him, or because he caught the 0 pointers in a position where they could fall easily, even with a layer of ice. There were many pieces of metal flying in seconds. I don't know what caused it exactly, but I thought it would be better if I picked it up. It could help me, right? Even though Ida had a similar quirk to Sudoku, he still was back there with the others trying to beat the 0 pointers. I looked back and saw many 0 pointers down. I looked even further and saw Momo. I remember her telling me once at lunch about her quirk. How she can create things out of her body, but not too big. She told me that it's a nice quirk to have. Maybe that's why I have this scrap bit of metal in my hands. Whatever. She, like Todoroki, got through to class 1 through recommendations. I could have also got through it, but it didn't hurt to try the entrance. Even if I did fail, Nezu would still find a way to fit me in. After all, he seemed pretty interested in my quirk. But from the day I met him, I always wondered why. Somehow this question got stuck in my head. Out of all people in the world that have powerful quirks, out of all the wonderful people deserving my place more than me, why did he want to see? Second obstacle. The rope walk. Or whatever they call it. I knew I could do this. Me and Sudoku were practicing our speed in the dirty beach. I wanted to clean it soon as a training. I could almost feel nothing while stepping off the dirt ground and onto the ropes. It just felt so familiar with me. I walked about normally until others came on. One started shaking it purposely. Another accidentally shook it whilst trying to balance. Maybe I did have my practice, but I did have some problems with balancing. Especially because this is only a string on a hole. I didn't have a huge fear of heights. But I hated looking down. It made me feel unsafe, scared. But I made it out alive for now. Sudoku, we should make a run for it, Haru. But you might get hurt. Sudoku, I can go through things. Haru, Izuku isn't a ghost. Sudoku, oh, right. Haha. Izuku, guys, I think have an idea. Akira, I have a better one. Let's not even listen to it. Sudoku, let's at least hear him out. Akira, fine. But if it's a bad idea, like always, then I won't let you say it next time. Izuku, I will only need Sudoku and Haru for this. Sorry, haha. Akira, sexist. Haru, ha. I told them my plan. It was pretty simple. I used the scrap piece of metal I collected earlier to dig a hole with all the bombs. When I would do it, I would jump on it, whilst Sudoku and Haru hold on to me. And so we did it. We flew to the sky. It was so perfect. But whatever comes up, must come down. Eventually. Izuku, all right. Haru, make vines to ensure a safe landing. Then Sudoku, just start running. Even if it means leaving Haru behind. Sorry. Haru, don't worry. Akira also doesn't honestly care, haha. We are here to make you win. Sudoku, we are close to the ground. Izuku 3. Haru 2D Sudoku 1. We were too close to the ground. We were all terrified. Haru's quirk malfunctioned for a second. But it worked. I had to catch my breath. We all did. But Sudoku didn't care. Sudoku's quirk required his stamina. Something that he didn't have a lot right then. He could endure pain from his quirk for so long. He could do it. He can do it. He has to do it. I heard Kaken and the Shoto person. They were close. But not that close. Mike first place, Izuku Midoriya. I felt like time stopped. I looked all over the podium. Just to maybe stop thinking about the near-death experience. Just to maybe stop thinking about being out of breath. That's when I almost had a heart attack. Was that Monica? Was that Monica? No. No, it can't be. It isn't. No, no, no. After the while, others crossed the finish line. I tried to look away from that person. That stranger. I didn't know them. They are just a background character to my story, right? Hiroshi, who's Monica. God. I forgot they were there. I forgot he could read my goddamn mind. I just want to die now. I want to be gone. 𝐴𝐻𝐸 what? Hiroshi Izuku keeps on repeating in his own mind. Monica, God no. 𝐴𝐻𝐸 looked the way I was looking. Rather quickly, I saw her eyes widen. 𝐴𝐻𝐸, that isn't her, right? I shrug, even though I was so sure it was her. Izuku has 10 million points. I heard someone say. God. I forgot we were here. The next challenge was rather easy. For people that don't have 10 million points on the line. We had to get into groups. Obviously, everyone almost ran away from me. Except a couple. Ochako, Tokoyami, Mei, and Miyafig. We had a plan. It was good, but had some flaws. Then it started. The competition. I was at the top of the human pyramid. I don't really know what it was, but all I knew was that I was on top of it. I had a headband which said, 1 million points. It fitted me actually. I should wear headbands more often, honestly. Tomoyami helped with the protection. So did Kiyoshi and Haru. Ochako and Mei took care of the gravity. I took care of dodging obstacles. With the help of Akira, who told me what was going on behind me. Hiroshi also read the minds of everyone, helping me know the situation and their plans, which I then told my team. The first half went a bit rough. But after a couple minutes, we got the hang of it. Until Todoroki's team came, they looked prepared. Too prepared. But Hiroshi knows what they are planning. I know what they are planning. And now my team knows what they are planning. All I need to do now is avoid them for the longest that I can. 1 minute left. Other teams that were smart robbed other teams that weren't mine for more points, as they knew that everyone would target us. But at the same time, it was almost like they were like archers, training just to get the best at the end. The middle, the most points, to win. Just like here. They were just using the fact that I have the most points to put others off balance and lose their ticket to the next round. But now, they are ready. They are prepared to go for me. They have nothing to lose after all. If I stole one band, they would still have 3 others. Kaken-san, Todoroki's team charged at me. Almost at the same time. Even though they had different ideas, different strategies, different ambitions, they still, almost as they both planned it for weeks or months, charged at me. Both targeting my other sides of my body. Todoroki on my left, Kaken on my right. But lucky for me, we were prepared for this. Izuku, Mei, Ochako. Now, Mei and Ochako both used their gifts. Mei prepared jetpacks for us, which maybe didn't last a long time, but were effective and ensured safety. Ochako, on the other hand, tried her best to make the jetpacks last the longest they could. Her quirk, her gift was needed. I didn't want her to overuse in case she threw up, so I had to make sure to think of the best time that she could use it. 10 seconds left. We were slowly falling back down. I saw the confused faces of both of my opponents. They knew they were tricked. They knew that they lost. They knew that it was over, because before they would even catch us, it would be over. My team was on the other side of the small area. We focused on staying on one end in case this happened, so we could use this empty space for something. Present mic game over, young listeners. I almost smiled from that sentence. But I could. Because honestly, I felt nothing. I was doing this whole thing for nobody. Only for some pro heroes to choose me to spend a week with them and train one-on-one. Whilst they were telling others which teams have won, I just stared at the now empty chair in which a person, a stranger, sat. It could be her. No, it couldn't. 𝐴𝐻𝐸, this sports festival is a joke. Akira, huh? What do you mean, Aku? 𝐴𝐻𝐸, can't the villains just see your quirks and your weaknesses? Haru, the emo's right. 𝐴𝐻𝐸, Haru, yeah? You have black hair, dark eyes. You just look like an emo, honestly. 𝐴𝐻𝐸, whatever. Haru, and talk like one. 𝐴𝐻𝐸, shut up. All I remember that was told by the organizer of these games was that people quit. I don't know why. I was also told that one of these people were a Jiro, aka the tail guy. Game 3. 1v1. Of course I was chosen to fight first. I had 5 minutes to rest before my first, and maybe last game. At that time, a Jiro wanted to talk to me. We went into a weird hidden room. It was fully furnished. The only thing missing were people. Ajiro, listen. The purple hair kid, Izuku, the one that I will be fighting now. Ajiro, yeah, him. He's mad. He can control your body. It's crazy. I need to warn you that he can only do that if you speak to him. You better not say work, or it's game over for you. Izuku, alright? Thank you so much, Ajiro. I smiled a smile which looked truthful, meaningful. But in reality, it was just a smile full of nothing. A tasteless smile that is good for nothing. 5 minutes passed. I'm in a small area, in the shape of a rectangle. Mike and Yumaye, start. I looked at him and smiled a devious smile, showing him that I know. He looked a bit frustrated, honestly. But I could see him trying to remain cool, though he wasn't the best at hiding emotion. I walked towards him quietly, so quietly that you could not even hear my footsteps. Then I stopped. In the middle of the arena, Haru helped me eliminate him using her quirk to push him off. I won the first round. It was quite easy if you think about it. Just don't speak. I went into the break room, and I was suddenly attacked by a lot of people. God. I hate people. Momo, you did so well. Ochako, that was so fast. Tsuyu, you have such a cool quirk. Ribbit. Izuku, thank you guys. It was Todoroki versus Zero. I don't really talk with either of these people, so I don't have a person I would rather win. Todoroki has an advantage though. His quirk is trained, and he also has two. Present Mike let the round begin. It was just seconds before Todoroki froze his enemy. Game over. After that round finished, I went to the bathroom to wash my sweaty face. I was also with Kiyoshi and Sudoku. Sudoku, so I guess you will be fighting the tough guy now, eh? Izuku, all we need is a strategy. Kiyoshi, well, what's your plan, Mr. Alive? Izuku, call the girls in. Nobody uses this bathroom anyway. After everyone came in, it was time to tell my plan to others. Izuku, I can't stay in the same spot for a long time before he gets me. So either Sudoku moves me around, or Kiyoshi protects me with graphene. They both nod. Izuku, Haru, K. Your roles are also very important as they will declare the end of this. K, I'm useful. Izuku, K will jail Todoroki, and then Haru will use her quirk to push him away from the stadium. So, the moment the plant is on him, K, let's go. Haru nods and K smiles. K, this sounds fun. Haru, don't worry, K. I will try my best to do it as fast as possible. I just need some time to prepare the big thing. Hiroshi, big thing. Akira, not you being dirty-minded. Haru, oh, relax. He's still learning. Hiroshi, hey. I'm not a child anymore. I died as a teenager. Akira, that ain't an achievement. Hiroshi, true. True, but asterisk speakers asterisk, now up, Ochako and Bakugo. After a 5-minute break. Izuku, wow. We spend good old 10 minutes in the bathroom. I ran to Ochako to give her a tip. After all, I knew him better than anyone. He was a stranger to me. Yet, I know his mother, I know his father, I know his favorite color. I know his idol. I know what he would want to be if he wasn't a hero. I knew everything. Yet we are strangers. Ochako, hey Deku. I'm kinda scared, I won't lie. Izuku, Ochako. I can help you. I know all his weaknesses. Ochako, no, it's fine. I want to do this on my own. Izuku, are you sure? He asterisk speaker asterisk, please may the contestants come to the arena. And off she went. Honestly, the fight lasted longer than I expected. But she lost. I mean, Kaken has a more exploity quirk. Whatever. When she came back after she went to the nurse's office, she told me that she was proud of herself for lasting that long. I hugged her knowing that she tried her best. Whilst we had our half-an-hour break, I was just daydreaming. Ida was just complaining about how Mei used him and Momo was just ranting about how weak she was. I tried to comfort her and tell her that she did her best. She smiled at me and mouthed, thank you. I don't know how long it was. Seconds? Minutes? Hours? Nah, probably like 20 minutes. But it was time for round 2. Me and Todoroki. Me and Todoroki. Todoroki and I. I don't know why. But I feel the urge to help him. Somehow. Asterisk speakers asterisk, please step onto the arena. I looked at his eyes. Eye to eye. We looked at each other. He looked calm, but also angry. I felt nothing but also anger at the same time. 3. Sudoku grabs me. 2. K holds on to Sudoku and I. 1. Haru and Kiyoshi also join in. Go. For a second, I moved from the back to the left. Todoroki looked a bit confused, but then remembered that I do have a speed quirk. His anger seemed to grow rapidly. I smiled softly and just stood there whilst he tried to push me back with his eyes. Izuku, why won't you use your father's side? Sudoku moved me to the center. Shoto, because I don't want to. Sudoku moved me back to the left. Izuku, why won't you try? Now I was moved to the right. There was a pause. Izuku, if you want to win now, do it. It almost seemed like a war happened here. In seconds, fire and ice covered the grounds. Sudoku knew where to go as he could almost predict his next moves. Sudoku K now. 𝐬𝐡𝐢 remember Todoroki. I paused. 𝐬𝐡𝐢 that's your quirk. Not his. You're not doing yourself a favor by not using it, if in reality, you own your own quirk. Remember that. He paused now. I don't know if it's because of K, or because he was thinking about my words. My choice of words. Haru joined in on the fight now. She moved back some seconds ago to give less weight to Sudoku to move me around more smoothly. But now she's back. And pushing him away quickly. But wait. What the hell's going on? I know Todoroki couldn't move, but after K stopped using her quirk, he had about 3.1 seconds to react. All he did was stand there. 𝐬𝐻 Midoriya wins. Shoto Todoroki is off the arena. I hear rounds of applause seconds after. But all I'm after is a toilet so I can throw up. After a minute or so, I finally left my safe zone, the bathrooms, with the ghosts waiting for me. I went back to the room where others were and I was flooded with congratulations and smiles and laughs. Honestly, I never would have thought, exactly a year ago, that people would be laughing with me and not at me. I smiled. Mike Katsuki Bakugo wins. Ochako, are you alright though? 𝐬𝐡𝐢, yeah, just a bit shaken up. Ida Midoriya, you know I'm fighting you next round. I turn around to see Ida, looking a bit scared. 𝐬𝐡𝐢, really? That's cool. Momo, good luck to both of you. You guys will be fighting in the arena next. Mike, we will have a 15-minute break now. 𝐬𝐡𝐢, wow. They are getting shorter and shorter. I saw Ida's smile fade at my words. I guess that nobody likes having not a lot of time to practice. Especially when doing something important. Haru, what's the plan? I entered the abandoned bathroom once again. 𝐬𝐡𝐢 improvisation. Akira, wouldn't that be hard? 𝐬𝐡𝐢, I trust you guys. Just remember, talk to each other. He's fast, but Sudoku's faster. I left the bathroom and went to the arena waiting for the last minute of this waiting to end. I just watched the arena clock tick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike, may I ask 𝐬𝐡𝐢 Midoriya and Tenya Ida to go on stage, please? I stepped out straight away, and it took Ida about 5.4 seconds to also leave the other side. We both stepped onto the arena. I looked at his eyes. I saw both fear and determination in those two eyeballs behind the thick glasses. I almost felt lost in them. Almost. Mike, alright students, get ready. Haru and K grab onto me, Mike said. Sudoku holds me, Mike go. This was going so fast. Too fast in my opinion. I almost got dizzy from the speed of everything. I could hear the crowd getting excited to finally see some action. Even though all you could probably see was some curved lines. But we kept the middle. Ida YOU. 𝐀𝐻 words were unclear, but clear at the same time. The wind made them that way. Ida YU re. 𝐬𝐻 𝐸𝐻 𝐸𝐻 𝐸𝐻. But that means I don't focus on one as much as you do. I smiled even though you probably wouldn't see it. It was time for Haru to step in. And she knew that. After so many years together, it's almost as if we all have the mind of one person. With all the speed build up, a child would know that one obstacle could ruin the balance and control over the movement. K was there in case it didn't work. She was there to assist in any complications. I was guessing. Haru, Sudoku, don't go southeast for a bit, but try to trick him into going there. Sudoku, got it. Haru, 𝐬𝐡𝐢, I'm going to make a vine. How long do you think would be enough? Out of her body Haru can make any plans, but she just needs to know everything about them. How they look like, smell like, etc., etc. But she is indeed one of the group's nerds. She is indeed the plant nerd. Haru made a vine, and pulled it off her skin slowly not to hurt herself and threw it southwest, where she told Sudoku to not go. Haru, do your act now, Sudo. Sudoku was making me go more in random directions, tricking Ida to go to places. Mike 𝐬𝐡𝐢 Midoriya has progressed to the next round. I felt dizzy. 𝐬𝐡𝐢, good game, Ida. I'm sorry that you didn't win. Ida, ouch, yeah, it's fine. 𝐬𝐡𝐢, and sorry for leaving you that trap. Ida, don't worry, Midoriya. It's just a game. Very dizzy. Ida, oh Mido, let me take you to the doctor. 𝐬𝐡𝐢, no, I'm fine. Ida, you look like you're about to faint. I can't just leave my friend here. I gave up and went to the doctor. God, I hate doctors, nurses, and everything associated with them. I laid down in bed. Recovery lady, you should just rest until your next game. 𝐬𝐡𝐢, alright, thank you. I was just watching the action on the television in the nurse room. The winner would go against me. And without a doubt, I know who it will be. Kaken. Akira, so, what do we do? Hiroshi 𝐬𝐡𝐢 doesn't know. He thinks for y'all to make something up this time. In the background, I could hear people trying to get into my room, but being blocked off by a recovery lady. He needs some rest, I think she said. Haru spin till he gets dizzy or gets distracted. Sudoku, that's not a bad plan. Akira, maybe, when you spin Izuku around the arena, Kei could freeze him. So he will focus more on getting out of that than Haru just strikes. Sudoku, I love that enthusiasm. Kei, great plan. Sudoku, anyone opposed? Haru, nope. Akira, nah. Kei, no D. Hiroshi, Izuku thinks it's a great plan. Sudoku, then it's settled. Mike, Katsuki Bakugo has won. Now time for a 10-minute break. Next up, Izuku Midoriya vs Katsuki Bakugo, fighting for first place. Mike, alright listeners, this is the end of the break. Time to bring in the finalists. Katsuki Bakugo. He came out grinning. Mike and Izuku Midoriya. I don't know what my expression was. All I know is that I wasn't forcing anything. We both came onto the stage. His eyes were full of confidence. Bakugo, you know, you aren't going to win. Izuku, let's not only look at the chances of you winning. You don't know shit about me. Ha. Bakugo, oh you little motherfucker, I will end you. Izuku, okay D. Mike, I hope you guys finished your little pep talk. 3, 2, 1, go. Sudoku grabbed me. Kei held onto Sudoku and me. Haru stood outside the arena waiting for her time. Kaken was coming towards me like an angry dog. But Kei froze him exactly in the middle of the arena. Bakugo, what the fuck did you do? Izuku, velocity control, hun. I could ever freeze you or make you as fast as Ida himself. Sudoku started spinning around the arena. Bakugo, you think you're doing something? Just like they said. Kaken's eyes were focused on me, fully. Kei, my hand hurts. Haru, just hold on to it, just for a minute longer. You can do it, Kei. I saw Kei's eyes sparkle. I honestly am starting to think that she thinks of Haru as her mother. That's sad, honestly. Haru always wanted to be a mother whilst Kei always wanted to have a mother which wouldn't. Akira was staring from behind watching Kaken's stability. Akira, I think he's dizzy enough. Haru, let's give us one more minute to be sure. Kei, my hand really hurts. Please. Haru, you know what? Drop your hand, Kei. We all didn't know if Kaken was really dizzy or looked like he was. But Kei was more important than winning this stupid tournament. Haru, Sudoku, listen closely. When I say, now, then you stop spinning, alright? Sudoku, yeah, got it. It took Haru quite a while to make a plant. She was making vines. Vines are the strongest plants that she can make. Mostly because she had a lot of practice with them, and can increase the size x30 than she did originally. Also, let's just say this. These vines are different. Haru, now. You may be wondering how they are different. With the amount of practice that Haru had with them, not only could she increase the size, but also the weight, etc. She could make it look as big as a bush, and as heavy as a truck. It was so fast. Sudoku stopped running in an instant. Haru threw the brush-sized vines that were as heavy as cars onto Kaken. Did you know fire was stronger than plants? He exploded them. Sudoku saw how unbalanced he was. So he, with me and Kiyoshi, ran towards him. But Kaken had the same plan. He ran towards me. Luckily for me, Kiyoshi was with us, so he could knock Kaken out or knock him to the side for Sudoku and I to finish. He got knocked back harder than we wanted him to be. With all the speed gathered, the impact of my or Kiyoshi's defense was strong. It was so strong that he got thrown out of the arena. Mike, and the winner is. Kaken looked at me with rage. Mike, Izuku Midoriya from Class 1A. There will be a 20-minute break before the awards. Kaken started running towards me with his hands warm and ready, until his quirk stopped working. Aizawa, I was guessing. But it didn't stop him from running towards me and smacking my head against concrete. I woke up back in the nurse's office. Recovery lady, great. And you still have 5 minutes to rest before the awards. Izuku, how long was I out for? Recovery lady, you can do the maths. 2015 is 5. Do you want your friends to come in? Izuku, yeah, sure. She opened the door, and there came a group of people. Ida, Momo, Tadu, Shoto, Tsu, and Ochako. I was surprised that Todoroki was here. Momo, well done, Izuku. So you really put a show out there. Ribbit. Izuku, thank you guys. Do you guys know what happened to Kaken? Ida, you mean Bakugo? Izuku, yeah. Ochako, 2 pro heroes came to him and took him away. He really made things weird. But somehow, the school is still allowing him in our school. Izuku, I mean, would you blame him? I don't think he wanted to be second place. Ida, but it still doesn't give him permission to act that way. Mike, please may Izuku Midoriya, Katsuki Bakugo, and Shoto Todoroki come to room 252. I stood up and rubbed my head. God, it still hurts. Ida, we will be in the audience. Goodbye Midoriya and Todoroki. We all went separate ways. Todoroki and I went to room 252 and found it quite odd that there were stairs. Todoroki, should we go down? Izuku, I guessed. We both went to the basement and saw some people waiting for us. When we all got put into our coordinating box, we all went up into the stadium's floor. The light was honestly hurting more than the concussion. Everyone was cheering. People were laughing and celebrating. My friends were waving at me. At this moment, I think I should be happy. But I wasn't. I didn't feel anything at this moment. But irritation. Why? Why did I feel this way? I don't know. But I couldn't even smile. I couldn't even try and fake it. Nothing. I just stood there looking at everybody with a half frown. 2 days later, everyone kept on looking at me. It was quite annoying as I hated attention. Akira, Kay, and others kept on trying to cheer me up and celebrated. But even after the event, I just couldn't smile. Haru, you know it wouldn't hurt to smile. Akumu, you know Haru. He doesn't need to smile. Haru, and was I talking to you? Akira, shut up. We don't need to give Zuzu more reasons to frown. I walked into the classroom and sat down. Aizawa, as you probably heard from older years, you have to complete some personal hero training next month called internships. You will get to choose next week who you want to train with. With that said, today's school plan is for you guys to stay in the homeroom for the whole day. So after break, come back here. Ida, what are we meant to do, sir? Aizawa, right now, do whatever. Just don't wake me up. Just seconds after he said it, the whole class stood up to speak with each other. My friends came to me to talk to me and cheer me up as they saw something bothering me. I decided to not give off bad energy, so I spoke to them as if nothing happened. I laughed with them as if nothing happened. I smiled with them as if nothing happened. The bell rings. Aizawa Izuku, please stay in this classroom for a bit. I need to speak with you. Aizawa Izuku, please stay in this classroom for a bit. I need to speak with you. I sat back down at my desk, feeling confused. Ochako, I will wait for you outside the door. And then she left. Everyone left. The only 2 people that were left were me and him. Midoriya and Aizawa. There was a slight pause. Silence actually between us for a minute or so. Aizawa, are you a 𝗏𝗏𝗏? Izuku, what's a 𝗏𝗏𝗏? Aizawa, the 𝗏𝗏𝗏s were an illegal family with quirks that were predicted as too dangerous to be combined. Izuku, I never heard of them. Aizawa, they were also known for trying to create a perfect quirk. A quirk similar to yours. Izuku, what kind of quirk? Aizawa, a ghost quirk. Oh, Aizawa, I honestly firstly found it weird how you didn't want to tell anyone your quirk. But now I understand. You know, 𝗏𝗏𝗏, having that quirk is a huge responsibility. Izuku, I don't understand. Aizawa, did you ever hear a story of a man and woman that couldn't be in love? Where you could have only seen the woman if she was in love with you? Chiyo and Kira. That book I read in middle school. Aizawa, their family name was the 𝗏𝗏𝗏s. Aizawa, there's too much to explain and do. Do you have any time after school? Izuku, yes, I have plenty. Aizawa, may you visit me after school? Izuku, of course. I'm gonna die. Akira, how does he know about your quirk? Izuku, whispering Rule 45 in the teacher rulebook. Make sure to know your student's quirk to increase their benefit in training. Sudoku, and how do you know that rule? Izuku, whispering Haru. Everyone but me turned to look at her. Haru, what? I was bored. When he was doing the second English exam, I snuck into the teacher's lounge and saw a skinny old man reading the rulebook. But honestly, it was quite scary. He kept on repeating, "Damn, Yunezu forcing me to review this. And what did he mean throwing a student off a building was not allowed, Sudoku lol." Did you know that Sudoku was listening to some teenagers a couple years prior and started using slang cause why not, and yes, he does say it lol. Ochako, hi Deku. Izuku, hey, sorry for making you wait that long. Ochako, it's fine. I thought about Aizawa's conversation throughout the whole day. What's a 𝗏𝗏𝗏? Or shall I say, who were they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to the front desk. 1, 2, 3 steps to go to Kaken's desk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 steps to leave through the door. Those numbers were the only thing keeping me sane. Away from all those thoughts. Those nasty thoughts about dying. To you, that conversation could have seemed simple. Just a teacher asking a student about their past. But to people with anxiety or other mental disorders, this could have been a trigger, like it was to me. I hate recalling my past. My past is like a chapter of my book that is glued together or torn apart. To me, my past is like a whisper told in another country, directed at me. It's something I want to be not remembered. Not to recall, not to be asked about. Even thinking about them makes me feel like I want to die. It's the last minute before class ends. Before a bell rings 6 times. Tick, tick, tick. I realized my leg was bouncing. Tick, tick, tick. I put away my pencil case into my yellow bag. The bell had rang. Everyone started to leave the classroom and stand up, whilst I stayed in my seat. After about 2 seconds, Momo came to me. Momo, you know it's the end of the school day. Izuku, yes. Sorry. I just wanted to talk to sensei about something. Momo, alright. I hope I will see you tomorrow. Izuku, have a nice day. Momo, you too. We both exchanged a smile and she left. Now it was only me and a human sleeping bag. I felt as if it was hours when he finally came to me, but it was barely a mini-light. Aizawa, can you tell me a bit about your family? Or about your relatives? What a weird question to ask. Izuku, well, I don't really know much of my family. My father left when I was really young, and I didn't really get to know my mother. The only thing I know is that her quirk can allow her to move small objects towards her. She also works at a hospital. Aizawa, you don't know anything else other than that? Even about your own mother? Izuku, I will be honest, not really. She doesn't even know I attend UA. She thinks I failed the exams. She still thinks of me as a quirkless kid. From the second, I felt my heart ache. I know that this happened my whole life, but just hearing those words from my own mouth, rather than thinking them, felt different. Sadder. Aizawa, right. Can you tell me a bit about your quirk? Izuku, and why do you need to know? Aizawa, I'm your teacher. Izuku, I have quirk privacy rights. Haru's lesson #1 Haru. Hello guys. Welcome to my class. Today we will be talking about what quirk rights are. There are actually 3 rights about quirks for students. Privacy, you don't need to tell any information about your quirk even to your teachers unless it's an emergency or a police officer. Usage, you can use it only for emergencies. If you're a hero student and see someone in danger, you get it. Use it. But you may not harm the villain, but only help the victim. Accusations, the one talks about that you can't accuse someone using their quirks without permission or justification without proof. If you say they did use it, a lie detector will be used. Haru, that's all. Stay tuned for more lessons and have a nice Sudoku. Shut up, Haru. Don't do your little lessons in the middle of the night. Why are our beds close together? Haru, stop being dramatic. Sumo. Sudoku pseudo. Get it right, you gingerbread ma. Haru, see you guys tomorrow. Sudoku. And you won't see Tomer. Aizawa, right. Izuku, they say that you are only required to know the basic funk. Aizawa. Is there anything you would like to know? Izuku, about what? Aizawa, anything. Hiroshi, Izuku is wondering if anyone has any questions. Haru, how about the story of Chiyo and Kira? Akumu, but we know it already. Akira, not the full story. We only know the bits. Akumu, why do you want to know it so bad? Haru, it's based on a true story and plus, it does have a bit of similarities to Izuku's quirk. Izuku, how about the story of Chiyo and Kira? You told me about it earlier. Aizawa, how about we make a deal? I tell you the full story, and you tell me about your quirk. Izuku, deal. I don't know why, but that story made me feel a strange connection to myself. Almost as if there was an invisible wire connecting me to the truth. I need to know the truth. I need to know who I am. I need to know what I am. Aizawa, would you like me to tell you now or tomorrow? Izuku, maybe now would be a good idea, so we can get this over with. Aizawa, alright. Aizawa's story. Aizawa, the story of Chiyo and Kira. You most likely read the articles about them. But remember, not everything you read is true. Many years ago, there was a high schooler called Chiyo Noroerta. He attended a hero school in Tokyo, and was the strongest and smartest person there. He didn't have any friends because all he wanted was to study. Chiyo had 2 quirks, steel/metal manipulation, and he could also age longer. That's why he looked like a 12-year-old when everyone, including him, was 18. But one day, he met someone. Kira. Kira didn't have a surname. She didn't even know that you could have one. She was abandoned as a child. He didn't ask for her quirk. He never felt the need to. He wasn't even interested in being her friend until she showed him what friends are for. She told him jokes, talking to him about secrets, but she never told him her quirk. One day, a teacher went to Chiyo and asked him if he was mentally alright because the teacher realized that he talked to himself most of the time. 𝐀𝐦 didn't know how to react. He tried to explain, but he just felt too shocked to say anything. He just thought and thought. Maybe he was going insane. When Kira came to visit 𝐀𝐦 again at his dorm, he asked her countless times about her quirk. She finally gave in after a while and told him that her quirk was ghost. She was a ghost. The only people that could see her were her family and people she truly loved. That was the last time he saw her for a while. After 3 months, he finally got back to only studying and reading. But then she came back. Him seeing her made him break down and apologize. After he graduated at 19, he wanted to marry her. The government, before allowing people to get married, checked which quirks they both could create. They looked at all theories and realized that the end result would end up to be too powerful, with the power that had a chance to destroy the earth. They shut off the marriage. But how could they stop a ghost and a living from having kids? They couldn't. When their 2 kids were born, they found out and locked 𝐀𝐦 away in a prison in Mexico, far away from Japan. They could not locate the children. Many think that 𝐀𝐦 is dead. But he's alive, living in the most secure prison. And I stared at him with shock. 𝐀𝐦 was still alive. But it's been over 3 generations since he had kids. 𝐬𝐻 𝐍𝐵, can you answer my questions now? 𝐬𝐻, what questions do you have? 𝐬𝐻, my first one is, are you a 𝗧𝗱? 𝐬𝐻, I will be honest. I don't know who or what that is. 𝐬𝐻, you don't. 𝐬𝐻, no. I don't know anything about my family anyway. My mother never told me. 𝐬𝐻, alright. Well, let's move on to my next question. 𝐬𝐻, what is it? 𝐬𝐻, can you please describe your quirk? 𝐬𝐻, yeah, would you like all the details? 𝐬𝐻, if that wouldn't be a problem. 𝐬𝐻, my quirk is called ghost interaction. I can hear and see ghosts. I can even touch them. But we both need to want to do it for it to work. When the ghosts touch me, my hand, my head, whatever, they can connect to our world and use their quirks freely on living people or for living people to see. But if too many ghosts touch me, my brain gets overworked, which almost makes it melt, meaning that I could potentially die if too many ghosts use their quirks using me. They need to touch me for it to work. I currently have 6 people with me that help me all the way through. 7 quirks to help me, or we can say 7 people, but 1 is quirkless. 𝐬𝐻 7. 𝐬𝐻 Akira is the only one with 2 quirks. But they are self-healing and demagnetizing, which gives her a lot of pain when she uses them. 𝐬𝐻 murmurs, no wonder 𝐁𝐻 wanted this kid. 𝐬𝐻, if you're wondering, ghosts can feel pain, but can't die. 𝐬𝐻, who are the other 6? 𝐬𝐻 Haru can grow plants, but has to know everything about them. Sudoku can control velocity of objects and people. Kiyoshi can make 4 thin sheets of graphene each day or 20 hours, not 24. Kei can freeze people mid-air like air jail them. Akamu is quirkless. You heard about Akira, and Hiroshi can mind read. 𝐬𝐻, that's a lot of people. 𝐬𝐻, they are present with us right now. 𝐬𝐻 sighs. And he seems to think for a little. 𝐬𝐻, your quirk is incredible. 𝐬𝐻, really? 𝐬𝐻, yes. That's why we would like to help you control it better. 𝐬𝐻, who are the others? A silent pause. 𝐬𝐻 Midnight, Mike, 𝐁𝐻, and I would like to help you. 𝐬𝐻, but why me? 𝐬𝐻, you were the one that people feared. You have a quirk that nobody will be born with anymore. You are the one that we were looking for.